Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well done. It's a good call and response we just had.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Good. Back to
you.
Back to you in the studio. It is Tuesday, December 3rd. This is a fact I forgot to bring up over yesterday about vacation, or Thanksgiving vacation. I overheard my wife ask my daughter, everybody, I think it was Thanksgiving night, actually. Everyone's like on the couch, TV's on, whatever. I think it was a dog show. Set the screen! Or as we call it, a Kings game. Yeah, because they're playing like dogs. Anyways. And my wife says, what date is Christmas this year? And I think my daughter was one that was like, she goes on her phone, she goes, oh, it's a Wednesday, I think it is. She goes, no, what's the date?
No, she didn't.
I couldn't make that up. It's
because I was thinking the thing I've done that before. Like, what day is Christmas this year? Like,
of course.
What day of the week? Yeah.
And from my understanding, she grew up like me, like having to go to church all the time and stuff like that.
Yes. Went to a all Christian school and the thing and all that.
And I'm sure you just let that one go.
No, as a matter of fact, I didn't. It was like the record scratch. And look, in my wife's defense, which I rarely do, but I will stand in front.
She was incredibly drunk.
I mean, it was afternoon, so yeah. But secondly, it was her home run King Pete Rose moment. Like she knows what date Christmas was. I'm sure of this. But it was like the record scratch. Like, wait, what did you just ask? Did you just ask what the date? And she doubled down with like, yeah, I mean, it stays on the 25th every year, I guess, right? Really? I'm sure, look, I think
they're moving her birthday this year.
I don't know if every parent has this thought, because I have both. There are times, many, where I go, God, I really hope insert kid, don't isolate that, either daughter or son. I really hope that they get this part of Melissa. Like, I hope, and generally it has a lot to do, of course, with physical features too, where I'm like, I really hope they turn out, they look more like my wife than me. But I think we don't talk enough about the inverse or opposite, where sometimes I go, God, I really hope that, I hope that gene, that genetic stays in that corner with her. And I'm sure, by the way, she very fairly has had that many of times, that thought with me. But we're at a point now where I just don't. It was Avery and I last night. They get home at like 9:30 because he's got practice. She's coaching a game. They won, by the way. Yeah. Set the screen. And she's just out there, as we call her, Coach Mommy, just with the whistle, doing her thing and having a blast. But you know, it leaves Avery and I to fend for ourselves, which is fine.
What does she wear on the sideline?
She has a couple of different tops, pullover, like school pullovers with the logo, and then she'll have her, for practice, she'll have her whistle.
I was hoping for like a pantsuit.
I mean,
I was hoping for tux.
See, I want like the Steve Spurrier visor. But
I think chewing gum like she's punishing it.
Exactly.
Pete Carroll. She should wear the visor that has the fake hair.
Yes. Actually, I'll tell you, my favorite part of her now dedicating herself to coaching basketball, and that is her thing. It makes birthdays and Christmases so much easier because there is a whole new category of thing that I can get her, and I know I know a little bit about what I'm doing. Like I can get her hey, here's a set of 3 new whistles, or
John Wooden's Pyramid to Success.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact,
a set of 3 whistles.
I literally, it was a set of 3. It was a good deal. Amazon. Whereas before, it's like, I don't know what perfume she's wearing. I don't know what size her shoes are.
It's easy to find out.
Look at the shoe. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about this is why I always gift certificate for clothes and stuff. I never ever buy my wife clothes because that's a lava pit, man. Because one thing I've discovered about women's clothing, having worn it for a long time, is the sizes are not always consistent, and you have to get it perfect. Because I've done both, where I've gotten her something, and really recently when I come back from England, I usually bring everybody some sort of clothing, and I'll bring her like a top, like a sweatshirt, or if it's too big, wow, you think I'm this big, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. And that's easier to say.
Right.
Just say, look, it's to wear around the house. I just want it baggy and comfy. But God forbid if I bring her back something and it's too small. Weirdly enough, I'd rather it be my fault or her give me the stank eye, but that's not what happens. She goes to put it on. She looks at the size. She sees that I got the right size, but maybe they make them small. I don't know. And then it turns into this spiral of I must be gaining weight, and this is ridiculous. And I just wanted to give you the shirt.
Right. You got me this whistle?
Right. This whistle does not go with this visor. So we have all these. We're finishing our leftovers. We still have 2 turkey legs off the smoked turkey. And I got to Google this because I don't want to just throw them in the microwave. There's got to be a way to warm up turkey legs without drying them out. Like, I wonder if you could steam them.
I was thinking steam them, like put them in some sort of like pan.
I think so.
Cover like with a tent over it, and a little bit of tiny bit of water.
I think that's what it would be. I think you steam
and just warm it a little bit.
Steam them like broccoli.
Yeah.
Just throw it in there. We don't want to air fry it, oven bake it.
Right.
Just going to dry it out, Jason.
Yeah. Don't want that.
Tried to get the turkey legs as we injected them. It was the best turkey leg I've ever had is at Disneyland. Those turkey legs.
When you walk around with like those big.
I'm the guy.
Just
I'm the husband
barbarian
in the corner with the giant turkey leg, juice dribbling down my forearm, sitting in a corner contemplating life while everyone's on the Ferris. It's right by the Ferris wheel too, which is great.
This was a good $35.
This is a great. No, you know what? I mean, I haven't been in a few years, but I think the last time I went, I want to say it was 13, which for Disneyland.
You were 13?
Huh?
You were 13?
No, the price is $13, which, and they're right about it. It tastes like ham. Like if you gave me a piece of Disneyland turkey leg and it was a blind taste test and I didn't know it was coming, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's ham. I don't know how they do it if they grow the turkey a certain way. I do know they have their own like Disney turkey farm. They do, like Big John something or whatever.
They're pigs.
Pigs and a turkey.
Yeah.
Would be interesting. It's like a South Park episode, but and then
do you have any desire to go back there?
To Disneyland?
Yeah.
Yeah, by myself.
Yeah,
I mean, without other people.
I think the only time I would go back voluntarily, meaning like not for the kids or something, would be as if they like we used to do these great. I hate the station sometimes, man. We used to do, you know what I'm talking about. We used to do these great Disneyland promos.
Yeah, KNCI does them now.
Do they go down there?
I don't know if they go down.
Yeah, I don't
there,
think
but
they do
give,
either.
They give
away.
Yeah.
I don't care about giving stuff away. I mean,
COVID
fine.
might have ruined that.
Yeah, well, it's to my understanding, Disney still does it. We just choose to not participate. Yeah. And the promo would be we'd give away Disneyland tickets. But the great thing, selfishly, would be that we would go down and broadcast live for a couple of days. And we'd be able to get there. And it was so insanely cool, man, because morning show, for example, you have to get there well before it arrives. So you go back through the back way where you see, like, you know, Mickey on his side getting worked on or whatever. You're going back through and it is crazy to get in there. Like, it is not easy. You have to pass through like 11 security gates and all those little spikies on the bottom that have to go down. And you get in there and there's nobody there. And then throughout the show, they're bringing you, oh, hey, here's some fresh, hot beignets from New Orleans Square or whatever it is. My favorite thing maybe ever that we did down there is when Avery was really small and one of the illustrators came through to do, like, they have you do these goofy interviews that you try to do them during a commercial break.
So how long have you been working here?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. You're trying to find it. Anyways, so she came by, and while she's doing the interview, you know, she said, I think might have been with Keith Brooks. But it's like, hey, do you have any kids? Oh, what's her name? And then she just sat there and drew like Snow White, like waving to, and then signed it Snow White to Avery, love Snow. And she still has it in a frame somewhere. Like, stuff like that is super cool. But here's my point. Once per trip, they'd have this media thing where from like 10 to 2 a.m., they close the park to everybody but the groups that had come down there. There's maybe 100 of us. And they're just like, do it.
Have at it. And it was like the ultimate dream come true. Wait, there's no line for Pirates, and I can go on as many times in a row as I want. Oh, the little shooty, the Toy Story shooting game. I can do that 5 times in a row. Just hammer the high score. No way. At one point, I was literally, because obviously nobody cares, but I was the only one on the entire Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Just me. Yeah.
Which I still claim is
Mr. Toad.
And me, Mr. Toad, and the Wild Ride.
Mr. Toad and me.
Yeah, it's a Counting Crow song.
Yeah.
And I still claim, if you are familiar with Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, that is a dark ride, man. That is disguised.
Yeah, it is a dark ride.
It really is. I'm not just talking about like there's no sun. I mean,
yeah, like
you're like rolling through hell. And,
Peter Pan. Those are all dark rides.
Those are dark rides? Oh, those are dark rides. Anyways, that's how I would go back.
Yeah.
See, because like every once in a while, someone's like, when's the last time you go? I was like, I don't know, close to like 20 years. It's like, oh, you got to go. It's like, why? And as they're like talking about it, it's like, sounds terrible. I don't even want to do that. Oh, you have to get an app and you have to pay extra so you could go on the rides. But if you don't do it, you're not going to get on any rides. Like, what are you talking about?
You're so right, dude. You're standing there in line for an hour plus. You know, when you want to go on that rocket racer, Cars one. The minimum is like 50. You're just in line for an hour. And I'm over it, man. I can't do lines anymore like that. And that's where I get in trouble on the chat, because this is where I would like less people in the world. 100%. Disneyland. Like, who can argue with that one?
Right.
Less people, less lines, more Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. How is that not logical? Like, you go there, it's just, and then you end up the second half of the day at the California Adventure. And that's where you see like all the dads that are just over it and wasted because they serve booze over there. Like, I'm drinking Ariel's martini and loving life,
Soaring over California.
Soaring over California. I did that one once.
You don't like it?
No, I had to close my eyes.
Oh.
No, because I get
motion.
Yeah,
that's the one of the motion ones that doesn't bother
really
me for
doesn't?
whatever reason.
Oh, God.
Some of the others, ugh.
We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, you've been waiting. Kings are back. Kings and Rockets tonight. Golden One Center. Rockets home game. Easy work. I don't know who's favored in this. Nobody look. Actually, this is an interesting one. I'm going to write my guess down beforehand. Niners it's so bad for the Niners that Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason being put on the IR was by far not the worst news that came out yesterday having to do with the 49ers. We'll explain. And the Broncos went last night in a wild Jameis Winston game, and that wraps up Week 13. We have a lot more to talk about today, as well as Matt Barrows will join us at 9 a.m. Sean Salisbury, 8:13. Sit back, relax. We're right back after this.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Merry Christmas from Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we're still celebrating Black Friday all month long. When buying a car, getting a good deal, it's kind of the easy part. Where Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram really sets themselves apart from anywhere else is the experience, from sales to service and everything in between. It's why so many people keep coming back to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's because it's the place where a handshake still means something. And if you've been wanting to experience that Jeep life, there's no better time than now. SacSuperstore.com, located off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Oh, what a disappointing outcome here for the Sacramento Kings. Wembanyama clearly fouled Sabonis, and that's why Sabonis wasn't able to get the rebound. The ball went to Paul. Kings had to foul. He makes both free throws. Here's DeRozan now. Got 3 seconds to go. Left wing feeds Sabonis. He launches the triple, scores it as the time expires. The final score, 127-125. San Antonio gets the win.
By the way, not to pick a fight with the G-man, but got to correct him there. Wasn't a foul on Wembanyama, turns out. The last 2-minute report came out yesterday.
Liars.
It was a foul against Victor Wembanyama. They literally said they missed the call. It was an incorrect call that Sabonis should have been called for the foul for locking up Wembanyama's arm.
Okay, so they did get it wrong.
They did. We were right.
Yeah.
That's what we said. They got it wrong.
Yeah. So Wembanyama should have been shooting free throws. Maybe he misses both, and the second one bounces off the rim and goes into the other basket for 3, and the Kings win. Right?
We got screwed.
Yeah. See?
Oh, I didn't bring it in. I accidentally ordered organic Walmart bananas yesterday for delivery. I just hit banana, but I didn't know it was. I'm a banana. They showed up, and I tried. You know what? No difference. Just as organic on. I can't taste any difference.
Yeah, you can. In your wallet.
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm paying more for the. Well, there's no pesticide. You know what? Pesticides build character.
Pesticides in those bananas?
Yeah.
That you take off the peel?
Great point, Jason. Exactly. They are protected. Are organic bananas the biggest scam in the fruit world? I mean, I can understand like an apple.
Right.
Or a peach. Especially
Orange.
a peach. Orange.
Strawberry.
Yeah, or orange.
Berries.
Tangerine.
Yeah, oranges are protected. Although unless you use the what's the stuff you scrape off? Why am I blanking?
Water?
No, of an orange. You scrape it off with the orange scraper.
Oh, the zest.
Thank you, the zest. Yeah. Zest is a really underrated ingredient, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
I got to tell you. Orange zest, lemon zest. It's like the flavor of the fruit times 100 that gets in there. And we waste all the zest. Don't waste the zest.
Say it with your zest.
Say it with your zest. Kings Rockets tonight. Gary Gerald on the call.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Sacktown Sports with the coverage.
Yep.
Jason Ross right there.
I'll be there.
Real quick. Let's go. Before I look. So this is what I think the line should be. I don't think I'm going to be right, but I'm going to say Rockets 2.5. Is that what you were going to?
That's my exact
Okay,
number.
so Rockets.
I'm going to stick with it.
Okay, Chris?
Rockets 3.5.
Okay, so we all right. That's what it should be. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Let's see if we're right. Kings 1.5. Yeah, it just I really would someday like to get an odds maker on. I know that everybody does those stupid interviews where it's like, who's got the no, I don't want to talk about that. I'd like to take something like this and say, okay, hold on. Houston just beat Oklahoma City. They're the number 2 team. The Kings are 3 games under 500 at home.
At home 3, I think.
3, I think. You're right.
And 3 overall anyway.
They've lost 6 or 7. What how do you look at this and go, oh, the 15-6 Rockets who have won 6 and 9 at home are taking on the 9 and 12 Kings who are 4 and 7 at home, and the Kings just lost to San Antonio. We're going to make the Kings a 1.5 point favorite. I understand the concept of trying to even out.
Yeah.
I understand that. But how do you arrive at that starting line?
Right. I guess, this is me guessing. Do you pick a team that you think is pretty, was supposed to be pretty good this year, but not like the Celtics?
Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say Minnesota was hosting the Kings.
Yeah.
And had lost 6 of 7.
Yeah.
Like for us as Kings fans, we're like, I don't like that they've lost 6 of 7, right? Wouldn't that be kind of some of our logic going, I know they're not playing, but this seems better than that. Is that any of the thought? I mean, we don't feel it because we've been watching these games. Yeah. Man, they're really struggling.
No, I see your point.
Because people thought the Kings would be pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody said title, but
top 8.
Right. And so when you're underperforming and you're at home and you've lost 6, that's the only thing I can think of.
No, I'm with you. And I just wonder Vegas again.
And maybe a little bit of doubt in the Rockets, a tad bit. Like, hey, are they a little over? I don't know. That's 100% a guess.
Kings are just so, unlike Minnesota or something that has a pretty consistent lineup. The Kings are just throwing everything.
Right.
By the way, super good chance that Vegas is right more than they're wrong.
Right.
So I'm not saying that's a dumb line and they should. It's more of I'm questioning us. Like, what are we missing?
I mean, well, not obviously. I guess there's a chance that the Kings could win by 1.
Yeah.
But I would think, if you're in the camp that, hey, I feel good about tonight, the Kings are going to win, they'll probably cover that.
Sure.
But who's feeling that way right now?
Not me.
Yeah.
Not me at all, pal. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
And pause.
Kyle Shanahan said that not only has Christian McCaffrey been lost for the season, but running back Jordan Mason also suffered a high ankle sprain and also will go on injury reserve. So McCaffrey will be placed on injury reserve with a PCL injury. Jordan Mason will be placed on injured reserve with a high ankle sprain. And that now will leave Isaac Guerrero as the starting running back of the former NFC champion 49ers as they head into the stretch drive. Guerrero becomes the 49ers' new lead back.
Could Kyle have also said, and I'm going to go on the IR for the rest of the year. I'll be back in September.
I mean, the Niners season is so cursed that their starting running back, who's so good that he's in the MVP conversation every year and was the consensus number 1 pick in most fantasy football drafts, and his backup, who stunned everybody with how good he was, both of them going on the IR with this much time left in the season and the season on the brink. That wasn't the worst news yesterday.
Right.
That's how bad this season is. And this has nothing to do with football. It's far bigger than football. Sandra Williams, the wife of Trent Williams, the all-pro left tackle for the Niners, announced that they lost their son, Trenton Jr. He was stillborn back on November 24th. they had already lost his twin earlier in the pregnancy. She was pregnant with twins, lost one during the pregnancy, and then Trenton was stillborn. She posted a photo of her holding Trenton in a little baby blanket next to Trent, and with the whole explanation there. And that's not the first player that's lost a child this year on the team. I at this point, just as a human, screw being a Niner fan. It's like, guys, I wish I could say take the rest of the year off.
Right.
Everybody just get healthy, forfeit every game. Everybody leave because it's just the locker room there on top of injuries and losing and disappointment and all the things that are football-y. You have two members of your team that have lost children this year.
Just brutal.
It is
so sad.
It is so heartbreaking. And by the way, I don't even know who's lost a dad, who's lost a mom, who's lost a grandpa, whatever other stuff everyone's dealing with. But, and I get it. Every team has, it just seems like it's really smacked the Niners over the head this year. And I mean, this is just from a football standpoint, it's a lost season, but you feel for that locker room, the fact that you got a lot of guys in there that are like, all right, well, we've still got the rest of the season. Let's go. And Trent Williams, the thought was he was injured. And, at this point with Trent, it's like, and I'd said yesterday, I doubt we see him the rest of the year with in this situation. It's like, dude, just go home. Right. Just go home. We'll see you. We'll see you. We'll see you in August, dude.
Right.
Take care. Anyways, that's heartbreaking for the Niners and heartbreaking for Niner fans as well. And we're certainly keeping them all in our thoughts. Number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Empty set, 3 left, 2 to the right for Winston. Denver, 4-man rush. Quick throw outside. The ball is intercepted. Intercepted by the Broncos down the east sideline. This is going to be a house call. That is Jaquan McMillan.
That game was insane.
Jameis threw a lot of touchdowns.
Oh, Jameis broke a record yesterday. Yeah. We'll get to that a little bit later. Chris, if you're planning on using that for his,
I figured that.
Yeah, that's going to get talked about. Sorry. Oh, we've talked about it multiple times though, but Jameis Winston is incredibly entertaining.
Yes, always has been.
He always has been. In this case, for Browns fans, some unfortunate entertainment involved in that. And Jason Ross, the Denver Broncos are pretty good.
Yeah, and they're in really good position to be a playoff team. Look at that turnaround.
You got to tip your cap to Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm. Done a good job of Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Defense gave up points yesterday, but they've been pretty good. Offense been good enough.
It's by far the worst that defense has looked pretty much this season. Their season-long numbers are actually really, really good. So we'll get to a little bit of that and the records being broken and all that fun stuff. In the meantime, though, we'll take a quick break. Kings Rockets tonight. We've got audio from Keegan Murray, amongst others, as well. They had practice yesterday. We'll see how they're feeling coming up right after this.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot. Remember,
For the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Yep, 'tis the season. Hey, if you take pride in your gift giving, here's a great idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift from the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. For you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 12/28, in-store only.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Light the world through the giving machines. Experience the joy of giving this season and helping those in need. Now through January 1st at the Galleria Mall Roseville and Vintage Fair Mall Modesto.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, that hit the beat drop. Nicely done.
Drop.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Lott, all the way till 10 a.m. And then, that was weird. And then Alan Stiles will come in.
Yeah, that's right.
One of our favorite people in the office, Cindy. I was talking to her on the way out yesterday. She said that the sales staff should try to get us endorsements, a station endorsement with one of those.
That'll be a first.
I know, right? One of those clothing companies that sends you the box of clothes every month.
Oh, yeah.
And then she honed in and she said, you know, who'd be perfect for that? I said, who? She goes, Alan. And I'm thinking like, oh, yeah, he usually dresses really nice. Like he's pretty fashionable. And she goes, no, Styles. I was like, oh, look at you.
Styles.
The styles of style. He's got to do something with that. The styles of styles. The styles. He does his styles files.
Mm-hmm.
Let's work with that. I mean, he's blessed with a nice last name.
Yeah.
Let's work on that. Here's
Is it his real last name?
Is it? Well, I don't know.
Maybe it's his radio last name.
Oh, that'd be an interesting radio name to pick. Maybe he did pick. Anyways, back to you.
Carmaker
Dave. Let's hear from Coach Mike Brown. Not sure what clip this is, but I assume he's speaking about the game versus the Spurs.
So what happened was, so I had this pimple on my cheek. I swear to God, on my grandson, I had this pimple on my cheek before we played Portland, and I popped it. And usually Roe pops them for me. right?
Really?
Yeah, she does. Oh, okay. You
don't like
so I apologize. I apologize for putting this out there. Okay, but she's out of town. She's in Albuquerque. So I scarred my cheek, and I had this big scab on there, and so I couldn't shave because then I'd have this patch of a scab with some hair growing out of it. So I just let it go till the scab's gone. Okay. I can't wait to shave because I'm like itching down here.
But do you not like popping your zits? Like,
no, I just like her doing them. It just feels better when she's doing it.
So in light of them, where they're at right now, I thought it might be a good conversation for us to have. Like we all agree, right? Like I'm not sure, maybe we don't, but having somebody else do that is just, that's over the line. It's over the line.
Okay.
I mean, maybe if it's unreachable. It's each their own.
Yeah.
Not trying to. Ugh. Chris?
I would say a loved one is okay if they're okay doing it.
My wife wanted to cut my toenails once, and it freaked me out. She goes, let me give you a little pedicure.
And it's strange because you're like an even keel type of guy. Nothing really gets to you.
I'm just saying, man.
So you wouldn't get a pedicure from anybody?
No, I would get I have gotten a pedicure. I did once. Katie dragged me to the mani-pedi place once.
But you wouldn't get one from your wife?
No, I wouldn't let my wife give me a colonoscopy either. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
No, it does not.
No,
they're a lot different.
What I'm saying is that like if I go into rando person,
yeah,
it's like a doctor. Like, here's my feet, do the thing.
Right.
And believe it or not, I do actually try to keep my feet, like I don't have disgusting feet. I scrub them and clean them and keep them together. But I don't know. It's something about I don't know.
A foot massage never happens? Rarely?
No. I don't know. I just don't know. That's I'll take that into the place by the taqueria. They do. There's a little nail place.
Yes.
I don't know. By the way, I acknowledge I'm weird for that. Like, I get it. I'm alone on that hill, and I'll stay there. How about Demar DeRozan? What do you think he's talking about?
I don't think pimples.
No?
I don't think, but I don't know.
All right, we'll see.
Why do you feel what this team is going through right now is more on the growing pain side of you're going to come out of this stronger than team just taking steps back?
I mean, because the talent there. It's hard to come across talent, anywhere. We have a great collective talent of guys, and we showed it early on what we're capable of doing. But, you don't expect, with new additions, whether if it's myself and a couple other guys being implemented in, me missing games, knock on wood, that I normally don't miss so early. A lot of things could throw off the rhythm, and sometimes when it's steamrolled that way, it could look and feel worse than what it really is. And I think from that standpoint, I know we're going to be all right.
When you've gone through stretches on a team before like this in your career, was it just a gradual get back, or was there like an aha?
Nah, it's a gradual thing. You stay the course, you stay focusing in on what's important, and you take it step by step. You can't really think you're going to hit a home run and feel it right away. You got to do all the necessary things, and before you know it, you look up. Now you look. Everybody's killing like a team like Milwaukee, for example. They had all the talent in the world, and they just wasn't clicking at that right time. Now look at them. People don't even talk about the first couple of weeks, and that's what you got to pay attention to. That's what this league is all about. And as long as you stay focused on the goal, you'll be all right.
I like that. Look, I like to a point that they're not panicking.
Right.
Staying professional and focused, and yes, part of me wants somebody to be like, I don't know, but we got to figure it out. Yeah. This is crazy.
Right.
But that's not going to be DeMar DeRozan.
No, he's been around before, and he's probably been in these slumps and figured out, not him, but the teams, right? And he's right in that sense. I mean, they just have to keep going. Like right now, it just feels like, how on earth are they going to win tonight? How on earth are they going to go to Memphis and win? Oh my gosh, they get the Spurs again after that. Like all of it just seems so overwhelming right now when you're not playing well and you're not winning. It just, you can't see the win in front of you.
No, everything is a bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is working.
Yeah.
It's go back and double and triple check and this pick was a mistake and this trade was terrible.
Yeah.
And
that rotation's wrong. This bench guy can't play. That he shouldn't start. He should start. What are we doing here? Defense needs to change their scheme. Like everything feels wrong.
And you hope that this is the worst stretch of the season. But again, you can't dig yourself. Everyone say, well, it's early. Well, it's
not that early anymore.
Not that early.
They're a quarter of the season.
Yeah. You're and you can't dig yourself that big of a hole.
Right. They're behind the pace. Doesn't mean you can't catch up. But again, right now it's just, and I guess, when you're coaching, I think you've got to, and playing, you've got to figure out where all the things that are going wrong. But I do think you have to find some of the good here too and try to build on that. And if you go to last game, we said it, look, there were probably 10 things from that box score that should have been a win.
Yeah.
Right. And they dominated the paint, took care of the basketball, shared the high assist number. A lot of people scored. They couldn't defend and make the threes. That's what did them in. Well, okay. Can you get better at that? That's that area and keep refining what you were doing well. But it's just right now they are in a bad, bad way.
And strangely enough, they've outscored their opponents by 0.2 of a point cumulatively. They're
a losing record.
With a losing record, being 9-12, they're in a plus. They are currently 2.5 games out of the play-in, 6.5 games out of the 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know of all their losses. I really feel like a lot of them have been within like 5 to 6 points. There's a couple blowouts.
Sure.
I know the Spurs game was bad. I think Portland got a little bit out of hand. But I know that, multiples to Minnesota, the Spurs game the other day, I think the Hawks and the Nets were all really close.
What do we want to say? What's our benchmark? 5 points less, 6 points or less?
5 points or less.
5 points or less.
So
okay.
it's less than 2 possessions.
So you count up. Minnesota, opening of the season, 2 points. The Lakers, 4 points. Toronto, 3 points in OT. Minnesota, 4 points in OT. Atlanta, 1 point. Brooklyn, 5 points. And then San Antonio, 2 points.
How many losses do they have?
They have 12.
7 of them are by 5 points or less. So again, don't give them all of them. That there's no way, but change. Even if we change 2, 2 more wins, 2 less losses. You're what? 11-10.
11. Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you. I say give them all to them, and they would be 16-5. And if they were 16-5, Jason, I think we'd all. This is just my thought, hot take.
They'd be the Rockets, right?
Yeah. If they were 16-5,
or would they be better than that?
They would be a full game. As a matter of fact, they would be a half game ahead of the Thunder for the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've solved.
How many have they won by 5 or less? I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. Okay, how many have they won by 5 or less? They beat Miami by 1. Wow, even OT versus Phoenix, that was 9 points. They beat Utah by 4. That's it.
So 2-5 in games decided by 5 points or less.
Okay, so that's fair. How about 5-2? 5-2 puts them at 14-10.
Everybody's feeling a lot better, and that's probably around 5th.
14-10.
Maybe 6th.
They are, well, it's one of those weird things.
Wait, not 14-10. That's too many games.
Oh, wait, is it? Maybe it is. All right, hold on. That's 5 more wins, right?
No, you're giving him
you said
3 more.
Am I giving him 3 more?
Yeah.
Math. Not many of us have it. It's 12 wins. And how many losses do I take away?
2.
12-10.
Yeah.
Wait, but they're 9
12 and 11.
12 and 11.
Yeah.
So at 12 and 11, they would be they'd be better than they are right now. They'd be in the play-in.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the math.
12-9.
Right. 12-9 would be a half game behind the Clippers for 6. Math is what's for dinner. We'll take a break. When we come back, couple of things here. We're gonna bring up a baseball question real quick. Because there's a rule change being floated that you might find interesting. Also, we have breaking news in the NFL as well. We'll get to that first, coming up next.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the Capitol for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself. Ho, ho.
The 41st annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Shriners Children's Northern California, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The holiday driving season is here, and my good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an awesome holiday oil change special going on right now. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for up to 5 quarts of full synthetic motor oil with the online coupon. Go visit jiffylube.com right now, find a location near you, and get that $33 off full synthetic oil change coupon now. Most vehicles are covered, especially vehicles and diesel or extra. You got to show the coupon for discount. See the store for details. Happy holidays from Jiffy Lube.
Fall is here, and as winter approaches, your health and comfort are our top priority at Advanced Infusion Center. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or looking for IV therapy, our personalized treatments are designed just for you. Our dedicated team ensures your care is safe, comfortable, and supportive every step of the way. With locations in Sacramento and Yuba and flexible scheduling options, getting the care you need has never been easier. Discover compassionate care at Advanced Infusion Therapy today. Visit us at advancedinfusion.com for care close to home.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
916-339-1140 is the text line. From the 209, I'm disgusted by the panic level of some of our fan base only a quarter away into the season. Firings, trades, when we all know the West is hyper-competitive, a hyper-competitive conference. It's too freaking early to be so greedy for wins. I'd welcome this attitude, say, around game 50, but at 20-ish, it's embarrassing. Accept injury, explore the bench, get your grubby hands off the panic button.
Why are the hands grubby?
Yeah, why are they grubby?
Yeah.
All right, breaking news out of the NFL. Looks like Aziz Al-Shaair has been suspended 3 games. It says for repeated violations of player conduct. John Runyon, Michigan.
Pretty harsh comments that he made.
Yeah, my goodness gracious. Vice President of Football Operations said the hit was unacceptable, and Shaair's continued disregard for the rules governing player safety will not be tolerated. Quote, you were involved in a play that the NFL considers unacceptable and a serious violation of the playing rules. Video shows you striking the head and neck area of Trevor Lawrence after he clearly goes down in a feet-first slide. You led with your forearm and helmet, delivered a forceful blow to the head when you had time and space to avoid such contact. You then proceeded to engage in a brawl, which you escalated when you pulled an opponent down to the ground by his face mask. And then after ejected, you removed your helmet and re-engaged with your opponent while walking down and across your field, which started another physical confrontation. Your lack of sportsmanship and respect for the game of football and all those who play, coach, and enjoy watching it is troubling and does not reflect the core values of the NFL.
Ooh.
Your continued disregard for NFL playing rules puts the health and safety of both you and your opponents in jeopardy and will not be tolerated.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
some Vontez Perfect remnants on it, doesn't it?
It really does. It really, really does. And my goodness, that's to be honest, if you had read me that statement from John Runyon before you told me the games, I probably would have said like 5.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, based on a statement, I'm surprised it was only 3. Al-Shaair released a statement off his iPhone notes yesterday. Basically, I'll paraphrase most of it, and I'm not doing him any disservice here. Just, wishes Trevor Lawrence, apologizes to him, all that. He says, this is the part you'll care about. I genuinely didn't see him sliding until it was too late. I would never want to see any player hurt because of a hit I put on them, especially one that's deemed late or unnecessary. To the rest of his teammates, I can definitely understand you having his back and defending him in a situation like that. And then he talks about the people that have called him names and been pretty gross on that end too. D'Amico Ryans also talked about this. We talked a little bit about this yesterday about the slide and all that stuff. And do you keep it? Do you ban it? What do you do? D'Amico Ryans, I won't play the whole thing, but Jason, he said this yesterday.
We stand behind the Z's and everything, that came from that. Of course, he unfortunately hit on the quarterback. But it's also, it's twofold, right? I mean, a lot of the quarterbacks in this day and age, they try to take advantage of the rule where they slide late and they try to get an extra yard. And now you're a defender, a lot of onus is on the defender, right? Whether it's on the sideline or where it's on the quarterback, you don't know what a guy's thinking. You don't know if a guy's standing up and he's continuing to run. You don't know. And then you get a late slide and you hit the guy. Unfortunately that Trevor got hurt. Hope Trevor is okay, but it's also, if we're sliding, we have to get down. If we're getting out of bounds, we get out of bounds. And that rule is there to protect the quarterbacks. And we want our quarterbacks to be safe in the league. So we just have to be safe. If we're sliding, make sure we're keeping our heads down.
Sounds like he's putting a little bit of the blame on Trevor Lawrence. Look, I get he's defending his guy a little bit. I do think there's some wiggle room in there. I'm not going to defend the hit. But we talked a little bit about this yesterday. I don't know. Maybe you leave the slide alone, Jason, but maybe, I don't know how you do this, but maybe you make a fake slide or a fake step out of bounds a penalty. You discourage the quarterbacks from doing that.
Yeah, it's like a flop in a sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you make an out of bounds move and then you continue, that's a personal foul, or I don't know, or maybe you spot the ball right where they would have slid or where they would have gone out of bounds, but then you have to ask the refs to determine what was the player thinking. I don't know. I think I do hear Richard Sherman spoke about this yesterday too. I do think there is something difficult for defensive players.
For sure.
And it's not as easy as we think watching. Like, you're geared up, you leave your feet. I don't know what the answer is.
Ironically, I think the rule to protect the quarterback can put them in danger there. If he knew that he was just going to get blasted, he probably would have slid a
100%.
couple yards earlier.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And there's a few quarterbacks that I can think of, like Cam Newton used to. Josh Allen now. They don't really slide.
No.
They're bigger than the defensive
That's right.
guys. And Trevor Lawrence is actually a pretty big dude. I don't remember him taking on people too much, but still, okay, not only have I been trained my whole life to run and tackle somebody, now it's in an open space in a short amount of time. That dude's 6'4". Is he sliding? I mean, there's a lot to take in.
You saw Patrick Mahomes against the Niners in that play where he went like he was going out of bounds and
like, I can get another 15 yards here.
And again, this is kind of like the Dodgers talk yesterday. I don't blame Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
I don't, just like even though I hate it, it's hard for me to blame James Harden for foul hunting. It's because the rules allow that loophole and they don't enforce it enough. All right, real quick. Rob Manfred, the outgoing commissioner, soon, not soon enough, has floated an idea that he says has momentum. It's called the golden at bat. What, pray tell, is a golden at bat, Dave? Well, a team could basically choose one at bat per game to use its best hitter regardless of where they are in the lineup. Bottom of the ninth, Yankees down 1. Jazz Chisholm's on first, 2 outs. Aaron Judge ain't coming up for a while, but wait a minute. Dong. Golden at bat. Bat. Here comes Aaron Judge. Now, there's some things that aren't clear yet. Like, okay, well, where would you then spot Aaron Judge in the lineup after that? Does he just stay there for the rest of the game? I think probably. Maybe you can only use this after the 7th inning. Maybe you can only use this before the 7th inning.
It's almost like a challenge, too. Like, generally, you want to leave it to the end, but, like, it's 4-0. We could break this game open in the second.
Right.
Boom, let's use it. There was some talk I read about this, like, so Aaron Judge, let's use him as the example. He's coming up in the 9th.
Right.
No, we're going to bat him twice in a row. Like, the golfer, you're always better to the second swing. It's like, oh, okay, I see your best closer, but he's batting twice in a row.
Interesting.
I mean, there's so many. It's actually interesting, but it's just bizarre.
It is. We'll talk about this more later.
It's weird.
I want to actively hate it. Right now, I just actively really dislike it. But I'm open to conversation about it just because I need baseball to be better. Personally, I do. So I don't want to turn anything down.
Really weird gimmick.
It is really weird. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Niners place a couple of their players on injured reserved, and this bad year gets even worse off the field. We'll talk about it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, layoffs on the line. Golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up, it's golf.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Zone 1 report.
Seasons change, but if you hope to stay healthy, your body needs to stay active year-round, whether that's in the gym or on the trail or at work, and that's where the Good Feet store can help. Good Feet's personalized arch support system supports all 4 arches, relieving pain in your feet, knees, hips, and back. And Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Visit goodfeet.com for an appointment or stop in for a free fitting. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call.
If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
It's time now for your 49er injury report, brought to you by Jeremy Winter, attorney at law. He cares because he's been there. In the loss at Buffalo 35-10, Brock Purdy did return from a shoulder injury that sidelined him the week before. But the bad news was Christian McCaffrey, who went down with a knee injury in the first half and did not return. According to head coach Kyle Shanahan, it was a PCL injury that could sideline McCaffrey the rest of the year. That's very bad news indeed for the 49ers, who are now 5-7 on the season.
Serious accident. You deserve the law offices of Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237. Jeremy lost his mother in a car accident and knows firsthand the pain caused by tragedy. That is why he became an attorney to fight for others who are going through a tragedy. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Breaking personal news. Apparently, Mason's got a game tonight. Mel's coaching another game, so I gotta take him. But game starts at 7. What are we doing? You guys don't have a Kings schedule?
You're watching the Kings game on your phone.
Yeah, I'm 100% watching the Kings game on my phone. You think it look weird? I haven't done it in public yet, but those glasses I have, I can put on. I'm just sitting there.
Yes, it would look weird.
Yeah. Just sitting there in sunglasses watching the game.
Hey, thank goodness for technology. This was not a thing for you years back.
No, you're right. It would be DVR, which my dad still does.
Oh, even before that, though. Like
I had to videotape when we played the same time as Kings game.
Yeah. Oh, videotape. Ugh. Come home.
Oh, and that was fun when we would go to overtime.
Yeah.
The most exciting part of the game isn't taped?
Yeah. Or you'd like rewind the tape and you go, why did I tape the Golden Girls? Or something else was on the tape beforehand or whatever it was. You're like, what is this?
You're rolling through and you got to rewind it and you don't know where it starts unless you start at the beginning. You got to rewind, be kind, rewind.
Right.
I know we got to go, but one of my favorite things is going online and seeing like old shows, but they have the commercials still in them.
When you really think about how we watch stuff now.
Yeah.
And it's like commercials are almost offensive. I don't want to watch those.
Yeah.
How do I fast forward? And that's where it's like news and sports, the only things you really can't do. My dad's the only one I know that's still when they came over, I think it was it was during the Spurs game. And we paused it at halftime to eat. And then I got back outside and started watching it, maybe 2 minutes into the third. It was a little bit late, but watched it. And I go inside after the game's over. And they're still like, they paused it a couple more times. And they're like at the start of the fourth.
Yeah.
Game's over. I know in reality, it doesn't matter because it's new to them. I can't do that. Knowing the game is over and I'm a quarter behind freaks me out.
Yeah.
But what if you weren't on Twitter?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to not know the outcome. But I've done that where I've known the outcome. Like maybe there's been another obligation or I've had a game or Sac State or whatever, and I want to see this other game. And I know the outcome, but I've also recorded it.
Yeah.
That's been a weird one where I'm like, wait, don't they win? And there's like 3 minutes left and they're down 12 in a basketball game. Like, wait. And then when you watch, you go, oh my gosh, how did this, like you even know that they win.
But still.
And you're going, this doesn't even add up. How are they going to win this game?
Did I get it wrong?
Yeah.
So there's that. Christian McCaffrey's season is certainly done, as is Jordan Mason, both separate injuries. And that will, look, we already said the season was effectively, not effectively over, but there's definitely some singing going on.
Does that save, like McCaffrey's going to be a year older, obviously, next year but like he's getting closer to that danger time of running back age. But did he kind of save a year in wear and tear, or is the argument no, he's really was injured?
Yeah, I wonder that too, because it's less mileage on him, but also father time.
Right. I mean, literally had injuries is what kept his season short.
And his Achilles is Achilles.
Will he be better than ever next year, or is it like no, this is the start of the end? Like, how does one know?
You don't, and you're talking about a guy going into next year. I mean, look, he'll be 29 in
he's
June.
not a dinosaur, but he's also at that area where you're going, man, and he just experienced, and he had injuries early in his career.
Imagine at the beginning of the year going, well, if McCaffrey goes down, you got Elijah Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe you could try that Jordan Mason guy.
Yeah, if you need to.
Isaac Guerrero is going to finish the year. Well, maybe.
Yeah. And I don't doubt, actually, I bet he'll have a couple good games.
I think so, too.
Just because the way the run scheme and all that.
Faster than all of them in the 40. That being said, Jason, it does make me wonder as a Niner fan, is there a way, there's no way to bright side this, but now that you're in this situation, I think personally for me, it's funny because we're having similar conversations about the Kings in some aspects. I'm done. I'm calling it.
What do you mean?
I'm calling the season.
Oh.
Let's look, you're not going to not have Purdy in there. And I mean, you got to, as a Niner fan, I think I'd rather them lose out. I don't know what wins do.
Okay, well, I guess there's three options: losing out or whatever, not making the playoffs for certain.
Yeah.
What if they're just kind of playing and win a couple of games but don't make it, or do enough to get in? Those are your three choices.
I don't think there's any chance any chance. It is literally, like, to me, impossible to think they would win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, even the chip in the chair theory, I don't see how.
So,
I mean, that would be a miracle.
It would be, insane.
In a weird way. I mean, you'd take it.
Right.
You'd be like, man, they didn't even have this, and this.
Which would be hilarious because if the Niners won the Super Bowl this year, it would be more miraculous than either the Bills or Lions winning it, even though the Niners were the second favorite to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year. The 49ers right now are sitting, let's see. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're sitting 13th worst in the NFL right now. They're tied with the Dolphins, I should say, for 13th worst. And Cowboys. So they could be 15th. They could be 12th. They're 5-7. I personally would rather them go 5-12 than 9-8.
Yeah.
I just, there's no, for it, I get the home you're playing to win the game. Well, okay.
Just for the better pick.
But 100% for the better pick. Not just for the better pick, but let's work out. So let's give some of the younger guys, like Malik Mustafa and some of these other dudes, let's give them some real actual playing time and see what we got. I don't want Purdy out there getting killed, so you got to play some dudes, but let's, whether we're figuring out who we have for the future that we can rely on and getting them some real live time here, or showcasing guys for the offseason. It's just wins don't do anything for me now as a Niner fan, unfortunately.
I think that's a tough sell today to Kittle to Bosa, to Will, like the veterans Warner that have done so much winning, but you're not far from it. Like if you lose again, like if you lost to is it the Bears this week?
I believe it is. Yeah.
If you lose to the Bears and you're, again, technically probably still wouldn't be mathematically out, but you're so close to being out, then maybe you talk to your veteran leaders and go, guys, look, we're not tanking, but we're also experimenting. We're looking at other things, but they're not quite there, but that should be a discussion.
You actually said something that's worth talking about because we haven't mentioned it all this week. With everything else going on with the Niners, we haven't even mentioned the fact that Fred Warner disclosed he's playing on a fractured ankle.
Right.
And he's been playing on a fractured ankle. So
that's also when you go, Fred,
you're done.
Yeah, you're a stud. You can play through anything.
You're the man. You're done.
Let's get right.
Getting you out of the equation.
Yeah.
George, appreciate it, but he's banged up too. Mm-hmm. Get that hamstring good. Maybe we play a couple games towards the end of the year. Just start.
Guys have contract incentives too. Like you kind of want to be helpful to them, but also protective of them.
You want to have a conversation with them, and look, they let them. Maybe they convince you, hey, I want to go out there. That's okay if you want to do that. That's fine.
But tell me a good reason why you want to play.
That's right. But in this situation, and I get it. Like I guess I don't get it. I've never gotten that. There are some people out there that are like, no, I want to see, if you're going to play the game, I want to see you win the game. Don't worry. There's no guarantee that they're going to pick the right. No, not especially with a team like the Niners that has enough talent that if they get healthy, they're definitely going to have to make some moves on the periphery. But there's no reason why this team can't be a Super Bowl favorite again next year. We're not talking about a rebuilding team here. We're talking about a reloading team. And I'm a lot better, not just with having the 13th, 12th, and if they were to lose out, for example, they're going to be in the top 10. Okay. Well, you're also going to be, that pick also moves up down the line too. So all your picks now just jump up. You're able to get it, hey, John, here's your chance. It's not just, by the way, getting these picks, but it could weirdly come at a fortunate time because they have so much cap issue on the horizon with the stuff they need to do. They have the most cap space right now in the NFL, or at least they did. But we all know what's coming.
Right.
Now is the time for you to be able to get these guys on these rookie contracts that can come in and really be the next generation of reloading, retooling that Brock Purdy's going to have to rely on, assuming you sign him long-term. He's not going to be relying on Trent Williams and Debo and Christian McCaffrey for his whole career. You're going to have some other people come up through the ranks because you assume Purdy's going to play another decade at least. Well, you now have the opportunity. You just took a year off basically to retool, reload, and come back at it next year. Right. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not fine with it, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
I just don't see the benefit. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk to Matt Barrows about that later today. Mm-hmm. He'll join us at 9 a.m. for Niners at 9. We'll take a break. Quick 30-second break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. D'Amico Ryan's comments about Aziz Al-Shaair's hit. We'll talk about those. Mike Brown and Ashton Johnson in the Heisman Trophy contest. We'll get to all that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, we're now in the holiday season, and it's truly a time to be thankful for what we have and grateful for who we have in our lives. Now, right now, we all have access to the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, and they're truly appreciative of you as their customers. That's existing customers, or maybe you'll become a brand new customer just like me. As they're stuck with me now, I'm committed to them because I know a good thing when I see it, and to show the support for you, for me, and for all of us. The Overhead Door Company of Sacramento wants to show you their appreciation and just how thankful they are for you, and offer you a $25 off your annual garage door service. That includes garage door service and repair, like garage door spring replacement, maybe cable repair, new rollers, hinges, or just general service. Now, they're a terrific family-owned and operated company with third-generation owners that have been serving our area for over 70 years. That's residential, that's commercial, new doors or repairs to existing doors. They are here to help you and make you proud of what you got. With quick and easy installs, friendly professionals as well, get the best return on investments for homeowners. Now, go to the showroom to see for yourself. Check out their website at ohdsac.com or give them a call at 916-421-3747. The Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Sean Salisbury coming up in almost exactly an hour at 8:13.
Let's kick it.
Matt Barrows of the Athletic at 9. Right now, 3 for Madness. Christopher Lott, question 1.
Texans coach let's try that again. Texans coach D'Amico Ryans and others place some blame on Trevor Lawrence for the late hit by Al-Shaair. Do you agree?
Not really. I don't. If you want to talk about the rules and the way slides are set up and the difficulty a defensive player has in deciding, is the guy sliding? Is the guy going out of bounds? Is the guy faking a slide? And it's one of those things where, honestly, Jason, you know who to me deserves more blame than Trevor Lawrence for that play? It's weirdly enough Patrick Mahomes. Because it's guys like Mahomes. We've seen Josh Allen do it. We've seen a lot of guys do it. Every time they do the thing where they fake the slide or they fake the step out of bounds and then they turn around. Every other quarterback in the NFL should be direct messaging them a middle finger saying, dude, you just put me in danger because there's going to be film and these guys are going to remember this next time and I ain't you. I blame guys like that more than I'm blaming Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
He slid.
He did. Not late. He gave himself up.
Wasn't their problem. And by the way, and I sure as hell don't blame the Jaguars players. That's right. That's what you're supposed to do in that situation. You took out my guy. It's on.
Yeah, and it was a heat of the moment too thing. Even afterwards, Al-Shaair was like wanting to fight everybody. Yeah. It's like, well, I think now he knows he's wrong, but he didn't. Maybe at the time it was super competitive. It's a play. It's bang bang. It goes fast. But yeah, I don't put any of this on Lawrence.
Yeah, I not at all. That's just. Whatever. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Mike Brown says Malik Monk will continue to start moving forward. Do you agree?
You read that. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just you read it to where it sounded like
Mike Brown's going to keep moving forward.
From here on out, Mike Brown says that Malik Monk, he's going to continue to start moving forward.
Yeah.
As opposed to backward to the side. Made me laugh. Yes, he will continue to start moving forward.
Oh, seems there should be a
maybe a comma. That's why I was laughing. Yeah, look, I'm not saying that Malik Monk coming off the bench doesn't have its merits, and I'm not saying I'm right about this. I get both sides, but when you're in a situation like you are right now, and you're trying to pull every possible lever, I think when in doubt, start your best 5. The only time I think you don't really start your best 5 is, for example, what if Malik Monk was also just a point guard? Well, okay, he's behind De'Aaron Fox. Or if your 6th best player was a center, okay, maybe you want to keep him there for Saban, whatever. But although generally, I guess 6 men aren't centers, weirdly enough. I'm trying to think. But in this case, Malik Monk fits in. He's a 2.
Yeah.
And 2 is a weak spot. I think 2 is, honestly, I think that's Demar DeRozan's natural position, though he can play the 3. I think the 3 is Keegan Murray's natural position, though he's playing the 4. And if you were to go out and acquire a 4, like a John Collins, they're talking about that with Utah. Okay, I understand that. But Malik Monk is a top 5 player on the Kings, arguably, really top 3, arguably. And he wants to start, by the way. He was asked about it. He said, well, I hope it stays this way going forward. Yeah, start him. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, who's the best 2 on the team? It's him. So You're starting him. Generally, when you start a player, they just get inherently more minutes. I think that's important. Like the argument against Malik starting was what they were doing is bringing him off the bench, providing a spark. He usually finished games. I think when you looked at the minute distribution, though, he still ended up as less minutes than people. And last year, my point was he played less minutes than Barnes. He was a better player than Barnes, so he should have been in more. So I don't have an issue with him starting. I think the one thing you've done is you've kind of pulled the last lever. Like knowing that was still there was something you could still go to, almost like in a panic. Well, maybe they feel like they're there, and that's okay if you are. The other argument, though, like when I heard you leave him you put him on the bench because that's your spark. That's what you do. And I said, well, in theory, if that's your argument, why wouldn't you do that with Fox? Well, no, he's too good.
Exactly right.
Well, so is Malik.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, do that with Sabonis. Yeah. No, he's too good. Well, so is Malik.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. That's 100% it. Well, then why don't you sit the other guys?
Yeah, we're going to start McLaughlin, and Fox should be your first sub. No, that's crazy. Well, so is Malik, kind of, right?
Because honestly, for me, I think I can make just as good an argument if you take all else, contract, everything, take everything out of the equation. I think I make just as good an argument that DeMar DeRozan should come off the bench as Malik Monk should come off the bench.
Yeah.
I think DeMar DeRozan would be a phenomenal sixth man. Mm-hmm. You want all the things you're talking about,
right?
But of course you're going to start him,
right?
Of course you are.
Yeah.
All right, question 3, please.
Question 3.
Ashton Jonty or Travis Hunter for the Heisman? Who you got?
There's two answers here. I think Travis Hunter is going to win the Heisman. He is the overwhelming favorite. I think Ashton Jonty should win it, though. I mean, it's not like he's playing for Poughkeepsie State. He's playing for Boise State. They're going to the CFP. They're a top 5 team. And he is maybe statistically and look, the best college running back we've seen maybe since Reggie Bush, USC. I mean, he's phenomenal. Now, I'm sorry. Here's why I'm pausing, because I'm having this internal debate with myself. Because what I'm about to say is Travis Hunter shouldn't get extra points because he should get some extra points for playing 2 positions,
right?
But he's nowhere near the best wide receiver in the country. And he's nowhere near the best at his defensive position in the country.
He's pretty good there.
I shouldn't say nowhere near. He's very good. He's not the best.
Yeah.
He's not the best at either. So how many extra points let's put it. Okay, here's how I will put it. In my opinion, Travis, he would not win the Heisman for being a receiver. He would not win the Heisman on defense. But you're going to put them together to give them him the Heisman. I don't think that's fair necessarily. Mm-hmm. I would give it to Jonty, who is the best he is the best at his position of anybody at any position in college football. Here's the problem. Who's on line 6 for me?
I know who it is.
Who is it?
Is he a pitcher from the Dodgers?
He is.
And a hitter for the Dodgers? Yes.
I hate it.
I was like thinking the same thing. I go, that is your Shohei argument.
That is 100%.
Shohei isn't a pitcher for the Dodgers.
Huh?
Shohei isn't a pitcher for the Dodgers.
He will be this year.
Oh.
It's my own argument coming back to haunt me.
Yeah.
So maybe
you're working this out in your own head right now.
I really am having an internal struggle. Like I've got the angel and the demon on each shoulder because I am.
No, it's an angel and he is a Dodger.
There's a Dodger. That's a great point. The Buffalo and and
the what?
And the Bronco?
Yeah.
Ashton Jonty is the best college football player, I believe, in the world right now. By default, he should get the Heisman. But if I was a college football coach and I could pick any college football player to be on my team,
the value
of having a guy who is either incredibly good or really good at 2 different incredibly important positions. I literally just argued myself out of Ashton Jonty live on the air. And I looked at this question when I wrote it this morning. I had my answer all ready to go. And then my own brain live on the air brought up the Ohtani argument. Yeah, I'd give it to Travis Hunter. Okay. I changed my mind.
Okay. My answer is Cameron Scattergood.
Hey, he's having a hell of a year.
He's
for
having
a very
an amazing
good
season.
for him.
He won't win it, but he's like, I think the last I saw on the Heisman ladder, he's like up to like 5th. Good for him.
Just get the invite.
Yep, that's right. Let's see. Let's get him there. Let's hope so.
That's good for him. Just get him. He looked good in a little suit.
Yeah.
Reel in his own. For the 5-3-0, put Travis Hunter in Boise State's conference, and he dominates like he is, but more on both sides of the ball. If he only played one position in Boise's conference, he'd flat out be the best player on either side of the ball. Boise State's conference is awful.
They're going to the big dance, though.
Aha! From the 916 right now, the Kings are trending to have 36 wins. Are you opposed to moving one or more of our stars if this continues? Why are people so afraid of moving on? It's a longer conversation.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, but I think that was a conversation I would have said that's not happening this year. But I feel like that it's open.
I will say this, that my default is I am open to anything that will make this team better at any time.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm wanting it or looking forward to it, but we as a fan base have historically exerted a lot of energy into our loyalty. And it's not afraid of moving on. I think a lot of it is just that loyalty and the energy we put in there. Much like the energy in your home that you rely on each and every day. And right now, it has cooled down. I mean, it's brutal. And it's only going to get colder for the next couple months. American Energy Heating and Air wants to make sure your system is running smooth the entire time. And they got a $49 tune-up. It's not a check, it's a tune-up. Where they'll come out, make sure everything's going great. Nothing's around the corner. It's going to cost you a ton of money. If your furnace is 10 years or older, and I guarantee you most people listening it is, it's free. It's not even $49. It's free. And normally that's $119. Not only that, but if you need any repairs, you get $50 off your first repair. And if, God forbid, you need a new furnace entirely, how about half off? How about half off your system? Yeah. Been serving Greater Sacramento, American Energy has, since 1981. A+ in the Better Business Bureau's little book. Call 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Or go to the AEway.com. That's the AE is in American Energy Way.com. Time, your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. Just a 2-minute break. When we come back, Broncos win a wild game yesterday. We'll go around the NFL before we get back to the Kings. Also, some interesting developments in Las Vegas regarding the Oakland A's. How does that affect, or does it affect, Sacramento? We'll talk about that as well next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
At Makita, good enough is never enough. It's not just about the power and runtime of the tool. It's about the power and runtime of the pro. We obsess over fit, finish, and feel. Every detail, from coatings to contours, all to create tools that won't hold you back, so you can build more and never settle. If it's not right, don't put your name on it. Makita, available at the Home Depot.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. And get this, Napoleon Grill's Black Friday Cyber Mondays include a limited time $300 off their top-selling Phantom Grill and 15% off all gas, kettle, and travel grills. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Whitey and Napoleon Grills wish you happy holidays. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I brought my organic banana in from the car. It's the other thing. It's small.
Well, it's cold outside, so.
A small banana.
Yeah.
By the way, Jason, almost too ripe.
No, that looks perfect.
This has maybe another 2 days for me to where I would not eat it.
Oh, you get a solid 5 out of that.
Look at the other ends. They're very green. Like it's perfect. That looks good. You got a little bit of green and
a little green on the tip. Mm-hmm. Or what's that called? The stem?
We'll go with that.
The hoof.
The hoof. Bananas are a hell of a fruit. You know that?
Hell of a fruit.
I used to hate them.
Why?
It's just texture. They're just so easy. Here's the fruit.
Yeah.
Peel, pound a banana in 20 seconds.
Yep.
Good to go. Got some potassium. Damn it, Chris.
And they're relatively, besides organic, relatively inexpensive.
You know what? You're right. They are. You can get a whole
you get a bunch of them.
Bunch of bananas for what? $2, $3. I went to Bel Air the other day and they have a basket. Free fruit for the kids. Yeah, they had some more.
I'm a kid.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, well, why just for kids? They had apples and bananas. I think they had an orange, but why don't you put an orange in there?
But whatever you do not look up the history of the Chiquita Corporation.
Well, now I'm going to look up the history of the Chiquita Corporation. Is it bad? Is it like Adidas? Is it like one of them? Or it's just not great?
A lot more killing than you'd think there would be.
What?
For bananas?
For bananas? I don't know that one. Now I gotta go.
You ever heard of the term Banana Republic?
Yeah, that's the clothing line. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bananas Foster.
Bananas Foster is really good.
Mm-hmm. Banana cream pie. Do you like that?
Not really. No.
Really?
No, I don't. You know what?
Fantastic.
You know what's okay, but I think again, right on the edge of the banana liking for me is what's the thing with the banana pudding and the vanilla wafers?
Yeah.
Is that just what it is? I don't know if there's
I think that's it. Banana pudding.
You know what I'm talking about? No, I like tapioca pudding.
Banana pudding.
Yeah.
Really?
I know. I shouldn't because of consistency.
Someone once told me that it was fish eyes, and then I was done.
Well, now I don't even know what tapioca is. I'll tell you what I can't get into is plantains. I've tried. I've had them made wonderfully. I love food from that neck of the world.
Like fried?
Yeah, I've had them fried. I've had them.
Oh man,
they're fine. They're like the jicama of the plantain is the jicama of the eggplant. It's just there. I just don't think you should look like a banana and not be a banana. I don't like it because of that. Anyways. Broncos. Browns. One of those games we talk about all the time, Jason, where you look at it and you go,
why is this a Monday night game?
Why is that? Great. Neat. And you know what, Jason? It turns out that, boy, was that a wonderful game.
Yeah.
There were highs, there were lows.
Lots of offense and defense, believe it or not.
Lots of all that stuff. All of it, Jason. In the end, the Broncos won in large part. Well, let's put it this way. Jameis Winston had the Browns humming and is why this game was so close.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis Winston is also why they lost. Because, boy, is he's just so damned entertaining and frustrating and everything else about it. And
all in one.
All in one. I'm actually looking for, I want to see his, he had another great pregame.
You want to see it?
I'll see it. He had a great pregame speech. Anyways. So, interesting enough about old Jameis is, first off, there are a couple pick sixes in there.
Yeah, couple.
And he threw a pick at the very end of the game as the Broncos got a pass interference and put him on like the 4. And what I'll tell you, there's a lot of people that love Jameis Winston today. There's a lot of people that really, really hate Jameis Winston because that meant something last night. 41-32 was your final. The Broncos won by 9. But the Broncos were set to win by either 3, 2, or even 1 because they were on the first and goal on the 4.
Right.
The line was 6.5. Broncos 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
So that pick sent a lot of people, including my buddy.
Oh, really?
Who took the Broncos in 6.5.
Oh,
so there was
you're a fan of Jameis.
Yeah, that's why I was watching. I was watching because I was rooting for my pal.
Well, you've always been a fan.
Always been a fan of Jameis Winston.
Yeah, but a big passing day, and it. Watching the game, it made me wonder. Cleveland had a lot of hopes for this year.
Yes, they did.
And Deshaun Watson was a mess.
Yes, he was.
If they went to Jameis earlier, I mean, there's good in the game. There was bad in the game too, and that's what do you have that one year where he threw like 30 picks, I think, in one season for Tampa.
Well,
but
when he couldn't see.
Yeah. Literally couldn't.
Yeah, he's like the Ricky Vaughn of football.
Yeah.
Got the glasses.
Contacts or whatever. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, now I can see. But, what the Browns season would have been maybe if they went to Jameis from the beginning.
And the worst trade and contract in the history of sports, perhaps.
They're still stuck with it.
They're still stuck with it. Did you know that Jameis Winston broke an NFL record last night? He threw for more yards than any player in NFL history.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big record.
There's an asterisk.
There's a little bit of an asterisk there. So Jameis Winston threw for 497 yards last night.
Which was, I think, the second most ever on Monday Night Football.
He also had 171 interception return yards against him. The 668 combined passing yards plus interception return yards is the most by any quarterback in a single game in NFL history. But here's something without the interception yards. In the history of the NFL, the following players have thrown for 450 or more yards and 4 touchdowns. At least 2 times. Kirk Cousins, Dan Marino, each did it twice. Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, and Jameis Winston have done it 3 times.
Wow.
Peyton Manning's done it 4. I probably shouldn't leave Tommy Kramer out. He's done it twice too.
Oh.
But 7 guys have done it. Brady ain't on that list. Jameis Winston, maybe the second greatest quarterback of all time.
GOAT.
Maybe. He is not only entertaining to watch, he is entertaining to listen to. Here is the deeply religious Jameis Winston talking about his interceptions.
I am a better player, but in times like this, it's an opportunity to continue to glorify the Lord even through the toughest circumstances. I know I'm better than this. I know I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes.
That got me.
It's how genuinely he says it.
That's the thing. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't making a joke.
Yeah, it's not a bit for him.
He literally has asked the Lord, who's probably busy, I got to be honest, lording.
Jameis, I gave you a lot of yards and some other touchdowns.
Father, deliver me from pick sixes, please.
What about just picks?
Just right.
But not pick sixes.
Jameis. You are
what a beauty.
What an absolute beauty. That wasn't the only thing in this game, though, there, Jason Ross. Jerry Jeudy returns to Denver.
Jeudy.
Holy goodness gracious. This was a record. Jerry Jeudy, 9 catches, 235 yards, and a touchdown that breaks the record for the most yards ever by a receiver against a former team. I saw Terrell Owens was on that list, a couple other guys. It was a loss, but my goodness gracious, 77 yards rushing total for the Browns.
Yeah.
But hey,
the other thing that I thought of yesterday didn't really impact any, maybe one of the leagues I'm in, but like there were so many things that happened in that game. I could just picture, I've got a X amount of lead. All they've got is Jerry Jeudy. I should be fine.
Right.
I mean, you know that happens.
Somewhere out there's a league where that happened, but it was also the guy Jerry Jeudy and this guy starting Jameis Winston against Denver because his guys.
And my lead is 45 points. So unless they both go crazy, I'm fine. And they went crazy.
Let me see here. 2019. Hold on. 19. I'm trying to figure this out here. 19 plus 16 is 35 minus 6 is 29. So in one of my leagues, Jameis Winston would add 29 points. That by the way, that's without bonus yardage because we do bonus yardage for length of touchdown. Just straight up 29 points out, which is really, really, really good in my league. He might have been.
And Jeudy had to be.
Well, let's see. Jeudy would have been. He had a touchdown, so he would have had a minimum of, let's see, of the yards, 23, touchdown 6, that's 29, 9 catches, it's a PPR, so that's 38, and then the bonus, the 70-yard bonus, is probably another 5-point bonus in our league, so, yeah, 43 points.
Wow.
43 points for Jerry Jeudy. And, we're running out of time here. We've run out of time, but real quick, Jason. Do we need to see, I guess we do need to see the rest of the year in the playoffs, but I think all of a sudden we've got a really interesting contest here. Which is a better story? The Broncos or the Commanders? Because I think the coach of the year is going to come from one of those teams, very likely. You also have Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, and they showed a graphic of the two, and Daniels still has a little bit of a lead, but Nix is closing in strong. These are two incredibly tentpole franchises in the NFL that really all of a sudden are two of the surprises of the league.
Yeah, and of the rookie QBs with teams like that were expectations were the Bears, right? I don't think there was much for the Broncos or the Commanders, and they've both QBs have been really good. Both teams have been fun to watch. Great stories. Yeah, I think those are your battles, Quinn and Peyton for Coach of the Year.
I think so. Quinn and Peyton, that is your one, too, in one order. Somebody on the text line, I see you asking for Mount Banana more. But I don't, it's just a banana, right? And
Split.
Protein. Oh, we're talking about dishes? Oh.
Foster,
split, banana, right? Does that count? And does on cereal count?
Banana cream
pie. You wouldn't put it there?
I'm still trying to figure out, like, bananas on cereal is maybe my favorite use of a banana.
Banana pudding.
Isn't bananas cream pie? Oh, no, I guess not. Okay, so take plain banana out. Foster, split, Hannah
banana.
Yeah, I guess it would be pudding.
What was Elvis's thing? Was it banana?
I thought it was banana.
Peanut butter?
Oh, it's peanut butter.
Some people eat that, right?
Actually, peanut butter and banana with honey is actually really good.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, that's a real
like
midday
butter,
snack.
Yeah,
peanut butter, banana, and honey.
Yeah, and
on a sandwich.
Absolutely, it's a great sandwich. And if you want to take it to a different level, put a little pat of butter in a pan and grilled cheese that sucker. Not the cheese, but make it a hot, like, so the peanut butter's all. Oh, I might have one of those later. That's a hell of a sandwich.
Yeah.
cut it in little things, triangles, glass of milk.
Take the crust off.
Ugh.
What?
You drink milk still?
What? Is there a thing where you're not supposed to drink milk anymore?
Man, I haven't drank milk in probably like 10 years.
We always have milk in there for the kids. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I kind of switched to almond milk for the most part because, whatever. Hey, also, peanut butter on one side, banana, honey, or if you don't have honey, if you have Nutella on the other side, Nutella and banana crepe.
I don't think I've had Nutella.
Are you cereal?
Yeah, I don't think I have.
It's fine.
I'm not going to try to say Nutella is the end all be all of everything, but Nutella it should be a standard in everyone's. And Nutella is so just.
I don't think I've ever bought Nutella.
Really? Same with Chris. I have not.
It's like $5 for a.
Well, it's not that. It's just I just
it.
never what am I using this for?
Put on banana. You can spread Nutella on bread and eat it that way.
Yeah,
nice little filler. I'm bringing some Nutella. I'm bringing some Nutella tomorrow.
Sure you will.
With your pastrami slicer.
Sure you will. But you guys say that, but then why don't I ever get credit for whatever the hell I made in here the other day? What I made with the hot plate. Did I make
biscuits and gravy? Yeah, that was like last year, wasn't it?
Nobody ever mentions that. We have a hot plate. Maybe I'll make banana and Nutella sandwiches.
Sure you will.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back,
good.
Vegas is announcing, they got some increases from some things. That stadium overrun. And, boy, Vegas would have to be Nutella to believe Fisher's going to come up with that money. We'll Nutella you more.
We better split
right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Cyber Week sale, save 20% on most Sleep Number smart beds, plus free home delivery with any base. Limited time. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
The holidays can be tough for some, especially if things from your past are still following you around to this day. Now, don't be afraid of your past this upcoming holiday season, as an expungement can help. And that's where the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez comes in, as he's local and has a great track record. Now that expungement can help you get a job, get your life back in order, and you'll also get your constitutional rights back. He's offering discounts on expungements now through Christmas. Call 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here.
StocktonHonda.com. Number one claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company sold on report.
Ba, 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 ba. Yep, 'tis the season. Hey, if you take pride in your gift giving, here's a great idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift from the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Hi. Okay.
Hi.
Well, you can't turn Jason. You can't turn your mic off. I can't turn my mic on. Now my mic's on because Chris turned it on. But maybe
something has happened.
We may need to send a note to an engineer here, Chris.
Hold on, let me try something real quick.
Sure. As my mic is currently in the off position on my board. And now my mic's off.
Yeah, you're off.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Right now?
Yeah, I'm off. And I'm back on. Okay.
But Chris did it, not you.
Yeah, Chris did it. No, now it's completely off. Is that supposed to be that way? Like I have no lights.
Huh.
Like I have no lights on the side of the thing. Is this thing going to explode? Is it? All right. Well, you know what? They work.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody can hear us. Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, and Las Vegas in the news because the A's stadium, and who saw this coming?
Not I.
The A's stadium's costs have risen. Just a little bit, though. Not a lot.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
$250 million. They now estimate the new stadium in Vegas will be $1.75 billion. Sandy Dean, who sounds like a sausage, who owns a small stake in the team and is an advisor to John Fish. Imagine being an advisor to an owner of a team. Said the uptick is owed to 70,000 square feet of additional amenities planned for the ballpark, as well as increasing construction costs. Now, he said Fisher's group will foot the bill for the increases, and that will be the case if future price hikes follow.
Because this most likely will be the last one.
100%. Now, couple things here. Number one, I'm a little wary of the whole freak out, like it's not going to happen, which I don't think it's necessarily going to happen. But when they say things like additional amenities and you have an A's principal making the announcement, they're announcing that they are voluntarily adding more things to the stadium and paying an extra $250 million, of which they could control that and not do that. They can't do anything about rising construction costs, but they're trying to make the stadium better voluntarily. So they're basically voluntarily increasing the price of the stadium in which they're responsible for the price hikes, which means to me one of two things. One, they know it, they've got the money, they're fine. Or two, they're starting to inflate this thing to leverage something else that may or may not happen. There's all kinds of hijinks that go on.
Right.
But of course, and I understand this, that, a lot of people in Sacramento are watching with bated breath. If Vegas falls through, well, that must mean we're going to get the team. And I wanted to take this moment. I did this late last night. Just to remind everybody of a couple things. And again, I'm not trying to say that this ain't going to happen, but it probably ain't going to happen. And I'm just going to present to you my reasoning here when we say, hey, looks like Sac has a chance. Number one, there is zero appetite for a public subsidy on either side of the river. Martha does not have it. Mayor Martha Guerrero does not have it in West Sacramento. Now, there are some things they can do. Don't get me wrong. And public subsidies don't necessarily have to be cash. It could be infrastructure and tax breaks, whatever.
Could that appetite change? Or are you saying no? Like when they get here and start playing, or is that no?
Could it? I can't speak to that, but I would say this. One thing that I think we have to get used to here is that we've had 16 years of incredibly, some may say way too much, pro sports mayors in Sacramento. We now have a mayor who officially, the vote officially ended yesterday. They finally have all the votes in, who beat, Kevin McCarty beat Flo Kofer by, I think, 2,000 votes. But that's final. Kevin McCarty voted repeatedly against Golden One Center. That's just on the record. So we now have gone from Kevin Johnson and Darryl Steinberg, who were all about sports, to a guy that if his vote had held, the Kings would be in Seattle right now. That's just a fact. And West Sacramento has some things they can do. They do have some tricks that they can come up with, but they don't have that kind of money. That's number one. So who's paying for the stadium? Who's probably buying the team? Because if Vegas doesn't go through, you're probably going to see a Malou situation where Fisher sells. Well, who's buying it? Who's got the money to buy the team? And I think the thing that people really forget is that if John Fisher sells the team, is there anything about John Fisher that strikes you as the type of person that would say, hey, we're already in Sacramento. Vivek, what do you want to give me? Yeah. No, he's going to open it to the highest bidder.
The only thing I would say against that is that he's so furious at Oakland that he would want to screw them over one more time.
I understand where you're coming from, and I don't dismiss what you're saying, except I don't think he's going to do anything to lighten his pockets.
Yeah, money would win out in that.
I think money wins out over how bad of a person he is. Maybe not. But you have Joe Lacob, you have Salt Lake City, you have Louisville, Kentucky. By the way, you have cities that not only have the investors ready to go, but they also had the stadium deal ready to go and Fortune 500 investors and companies to sponsor. Sacramento doesn't have that. Well, what about corporate dollars? Well, you're going to have some. Of course, you're going to. It's Major League Baseball. But now you're going to cannibalize a lot of the Kings' own sponsors for the summer. You're going to ask them to double up in this economy, in this market. You're going to be asking them to do that and come up with more when you do not have a Fortune 500 company in town other than the state, which isn't technically it's fun to talk about. I'm not saying it can't happen, but when you get into the boring parts of it, the financing, the law, the mayors, the politics, all that, I'd love it. I don't see it happening in any way, shape, or form. Enjoy it while it's here. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, Kings Rockets tonight, Jason Ross. It's their first matchup of the year and went well last year with the Rockets. We'll talk about that tonight, and we'll take a look at Houston coming up next.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st Annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the Capitol for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st Annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Shriners Children's Northern California, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check you have a full tank of gas first before road tripping through the desert.
Empty? Seriously? Maybe I can walk.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Maybe I can't.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois. Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at tryethos.com. That's tryethos.com.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've heard the saying, penny wise, pound foolish, right? It means you do something that will save you a little bit right now, just pennies, but that ends up costing you pounds in the end.
People put off tuning up their furnace because they don't want to take the time or spend the money to get it done.
But it only takes 90 minutes and costs just $87, which is just pennies compared to the huge problems and expenses that can rack up if you don't get your furnace tuned up.
You'll also save money on your energy bills, and your system will last longer.
So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Call Bell Brothers for a precision tune-up and professional cleaning today.
Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Yeah. A lot of people on the text line, some of the chat asking about our new mayor. Yeah, he voted against the arena multiple times. And now's as good a time as any to say, look, because people brought that up. Look, I'm willing to work with the guy and give him a shot. Honestly, there's no point in not. He's the mayor. But you know, if that thinking has progressed, look, we all We all make mistakes. And by the way, I'm not sure he even thinks that's a mistake. We'll have him on at some point and ask him. But certainly Golden One Center and the Kings, although they're losing right now, but I'd rather this than the alternative. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Because there would be no Kings, there'd be no A's, there'd be a lot of things. So yeah, we'll see about that. But just people need to wrap their heads around the fact that it ain't KJ and it ain't Daryl anymore. Coming up here, I think on the 16th is Daryl's last day. Malik better hurry on that key to the city. By the way,
that's right. Malik's ready for it.
Keep talking to his folks, his peoples, and he's got about 2 weeks to get that key to the city. I don't know if Mayor McCarty's going to do that, but Steinberg's already committed. All right, Rockets in town tonight. This Kings' first matchup with them this year. And Jason, the Rockets are 15-6. They're one of the pleasant surprises in the NBA, and they were 5-4 after losing in Oklahoma City on November 8th. They are now 15-6. Yep, that's a 10-2 record over their last 12. They are red hot. They have won 3 in a row. 3 in a row, Jason Ross, in which they beat Oklahoma City 119-116 on Sunday, and won their previous 2 games at Minnesota and at Philadelphia, both in overtime. So they've had quite the few on the opposite of the Kings.
Right.
They've had quite a few close games and have come out very well on top. As a matter of fact, they beat San Antonio. That was a 5-point win. They beat Dallas. That was a 6-point win. They beat Detroit by 2. They beat Milwaukee. Nope, they lost to Milwaukee. And then, yeah, you have the 2 overtimes and the Oklahoma City. I mean, that's like 7 games there that were incredibly close, and they've won pretty much all of them. Alperen Sengun is great.
Yeah.
He is, he's the heir apparent to the, and I'm not saying he'll be as good, but he is the heir apparent to the Jokic Sabonis tree. Very, very, very similar games in some aspects. And Jalen Green is very, very good, and he's only 22 years old. This is a Fred VanVleet's been a great addition. It's a very solid team, Jason.
Yeah, they kind of spent the money last offseason. They were hoping to develop guys like Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., Sengun, that kind of group. Ime Udoka, I think, is a terrific coach, so he's kind of gotten back into his winning ways. And I just feel like they're a bit ahead of what people thought they would be. I mean, last year they were a pleasant surprise, but didn't quite make it. And then now here they are all the way up to the 2 seed in the West. So, there was so much made last year. If you look at this from the Kings' perspective, being 0-6 against the Pelicans, well, they lost all 3 games to the Rockets. And so when you miss at the end being in the play-in and you had lost 3 times to a team that had a record worse than you, that's tough. So, Kings were 0-9 against 2 teams last year. 9 losses to the Rockets and the Pelicans.
And the Rockets, by the way, are better this year.
Yes.
They're a better team.
Yeah.
They're gonna start almost certainly Fred VanVleet and Jalen Green. That's a great backcourt. Dylan Brooks at the 3 is going to be a pest all night long. Love him or hate him. Jabari Smith Jr. Let me check in on Jabari Smith Jr., who's going to be the number 1 pick, slipped to the 3rd pick. 21 years old, will be 22 in May. 12.7 boards. Not too crazy there, but Alperen Sengun, 19 points, 11 rebounds, a little over 5 assists a game. And then you go to the bench. This is where it gets really interesting. Reed Shepherd's a very underrated player. Amen Thompson, one of the Thompson brothers. Terry Eason, Steven Adams coming off the bench as well. Even guys, I know this sounds silly, but guys like Jock Lawndale, who was, I think, on the Suns last year, just gamers, right? Dudes that'll come in, they'll be physical, they'll hustle, they'll dive. This is a very, very scrappy, good team filled with some dudes. And I hope I'm wrong. This is one of those times where I really hope I'm wrong, but I 100% think the Kings are going to get absolutely punked tonight. That is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting them to get, and I don't necessarily mean they'll lose by 25. I'm saying I think they're going to get punked. I think a team like Houston with the Dylan Brookses of the world is going to come in here and they're just going to body them. That's what I'm expecting tonight.
Look, I don't know to see them in person here. They did that a little bit to the Kings last year.
Yeah,
I
they
felt
did.
like when they were worse than the Kings, and the Kings had a better time going than they are right now. Yeah, the Kings are, I'm hoping, now this is on the hope side,
Sure.
so less than the belief, but hope that, the Kings have been punched around here a little bit, literally, in the sense of they're down, they've lost, they're shaken, they need a win, they're that wounded animal, all those kind of cliche theories, but, again, when you're playing a team with a record like this, it reminds me a little bit of the game like when they played OKC.
Yeah.
Thought, they could actually play really well and lose. And for about 2.5 quarters of the Kings were playing great. And then they had a bad stretch, and then they just got run out of the gym. So that's the kind of thing that can happen today, too. If Houston's on their game,
right,
that's going to be a really tough matchup for the Kings.
And it's one thing that the Kings were 0-3 against the Rockets last year. Jason, they lost those 3 games by a combined 51 points.
Yeah, they got worked.
We focus on the Pelicans.
Right.
Partially because we played the Pelicans 6 times last year.
Yeah.
Including the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
We only played the Rockets 3 times.
Right.
I need to look at the Pelicans, but I'm pretty sure the Rockets had a bigger margin of victory over the Kings and the Pelicans. I'm pretty sure of that. Either way, they punked the Kings last year, and they're a better team this year. And the Kings are right now a worse team. Now, I'll go back to what we talked about at the very beginning of the show. Now, Vegas has the Kings favored by 1.5 points here tonight. And part of that might be that they think they're due. But when you look at this game tonight, Jason, the Kings are sitting on 9-12. That would put them at 9-13. That would have them losing 8 of 9. And they would fall to 4-8 at home, 5-5 on the road. And oh, by the way, next up, they go to Memphis and San Antonio. Memphis, if you haven't checked, I believe, at least as of last night,
they won like 6 or 7 in a row.
Yeah, they're the 3 seed. They've won 6 in a row. They've won 7 of 10. They're 14-7. Now you can sit here and say, well, there's a reason why they play the games. And this is a great chance for the Kings to turn it around. What I'm looking at right now is that at least by what if I take it game by game and what should happen, the Rockets should come in. They are hot as you know what, and they should win tonight. Memphis should win and will be favored decently in Memphis. And then what reason do I have to think this team will beat San Antonio in San Antonio when they're 0-2 against them, a road and a home, which would then put them on a 5-game losing streak going into Utah at 9-15, coming home against Utah. And then we don't know what games are going to get added between the 8th and the 19th. But as you said yesterday, they have that stretch there. So the stakes are about as high as they get. We had the texter earlier, Jason, say, hey, what are you throwing the panic button around for? The Kings fans are panicking. Well, look, we're a quarter of the way through the season.
Mm-hmm.
We're staring a pretty bad record in the face, and it ain't getting any easier. And you got Houston coming into town tonight. Now, it's a great launching pad. A win tonight would be amazing. Go out on the road, maybe a little bit of momentum, but other than me putting purple colored glasses on, I don't see any. There's no reason I think the Kings are going to win tonight. The Rockets right now are playing better in pretty much every facet of the game. I'm not sure. I want to check, Jason, here with team stats, what they do from beyond the arc.
Yikes.
Well, I mean, I guess the good news is they're a 33% shooting team from beyond the arc. They make an average of 12, shoot 36 a game.
Okay. See what that number ends up being today.
I would be shocked if it was 33% or below. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, if I were to, Jason and Chris, if I were to put the over under tonight on what the Rockets shoot from beyond the arc, again, they're shooting an even 33% this year. I'm going to put the over under at 40. What are you taking?
I'll take the under at
40.
I thought if you left it at 33, I'd go over.
No. Really, take the under on 40.
Uh-huh.
I would take the over.
Okay.
Just because that's what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Kings have done this year. Anyways, all that for you right here on Sacktown Sports. Tip off just after 7 p.m. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll switch back to football. Sean Salisbury with his weekly conversation with us. I'm going to ask him. I wasn't here last week. I'm going to ask him about that cream corn. Ask him about cream corn.
Okay.
We'll do all that right after this.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back, Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. Some very interesting microphones.
Yes,
going on this morning. Let's get right to it. Joining us right now, fresh off his morning show in Houston, Texas, the one and only Sean Salisbury. Good morning, Sean.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Great.
Yeah, doing good, dude. I missed you last week. Sorry. I got to tell you, I think historically, Sean, I think cream corn is the devil. It's like baby food to me. But Chris Verlade, our producer, made your cream corn.
Jalapeno cream.
The jalapeno cream corn, excuse me, has a recipe. I'm going to make it, Sean, and if I like it, it's going to be the first time in my life I've liked cream corn, so we'll see.
So if I get a report, can you cut out, if I get a report on the cream corn, it came out the way I make it, how'd it turn out?
Chris, go ahead.
Oh, it turned out great. At Thanksgiving, everyone's like, all right, I need that recipe. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So they liked it good. Did you mix in the brown sugar as well?
Yep, got that in there. I followed it to a T. I didn't want to make any changes, and came out perfect.
There you go. Well, awesome. And you can always adjust it if you like it sweeter with spice or what have you. But make it a staple, brother. I love it. So, and it's not baby food, Dave, unless of course you decide to go to the baby section and go to that and mix that corn in that the kids eat. So I like the hope I offered a little bit more than that, but give it a try. I think you'll like it, especially if you like jalapenos and some good corn done right with cream cheese. So I'm glad you did it. Thank you.
Now, last thing on that, I am just curious, Sean, because you're a California kid, but you've moved all around. Is this a Sean Salisbury California dish, or is this a Sean Salisbury Texas dish?
California. Probably add a little bit more spice to it in Texas. I've been in Texas now. Damn, what's it been? 23 years now when you count Dallas and Houston. So it's been a hell of a long run. So yeah, I think you add some stuff when you're here. You know, there's certain flavors certain people like in Texas you may not get. But I'm one of those guys. I was fortunate. I grew up in a family that ate a lot of good, whether it's brisket that I ate in California before I came here. But some of these recipes have been in the family for a while. We just adjusted and added to it depending on how much you like spice and stuff. So that's been in the family for a long time, man, with a few adjustments.
Sean, want to ask you something that's I'm sure was a big topic for you guys there in Houston. Dave and I were discussing it earlier, and you'd be the perfect one to ask about it too with your quarterback playing days. Kind of the Trevor Lawrence, Aziz Al-Shaair play. Did the league get the suspension right? And then how do you still protect the QBs? Just kind of what's your overall angle on that, just that whole play?
First off, let me answer the last part first. I, as a former player, and obviously the eras, and it changes like life. I mean, people got to adjust. The football's not going to be the same as it was in 85. It's not going to be the same in 2030. But as a quarterback, I think the defense gets hosed most of the time. I do. All the rules are set up for quarterbacks and offenses to have success. We don't like 10 to 7 games as fans and TV and broadcast. And I mean, maybe we do old school wise, but everybody likes the throwing and points and protecting the quarterback. I've always had a problem with the overprotection of quarterbacks, and I know we got to protect them, but we don't protect the left guard like we do the quarterback. He's still human, and he blocks for the guy in order to get the guy paid. As a quarterback, I lean to the defense most of the time. I think we are overprotected. I think now vicious, dirty hits, penalize them. But a hit when the ball's coming out of your hand, hell, Dan Fouts told me years ago when he was a broadcaster and I was a quarterback, I asked him about leadership. He said leadership is standing in the pocket and delivering the football down the gun barrel when you know you're going to get hit and it's going to be right in the chin, and you deliver the football without bailing out early on your offensive line. He goes, you want to gain respect and leadership? You do that, and that'll give you leadership and respect more than any 400-yard game you have. And he's right. So I almost think we lose some of that from our quarterbacks, that ability to say, that dude will stand in no matter what, because we protect him so much, players are afraid to hit him. So in the pocket, yeah, I think we overprotect him. I do, and I think it's absurd at times to the point of losing the integrity of tackle football. I do. I want to protect him and keep it safe from low knee hits and head hits. Of course, I want that for everybody. I just think we overprotect him, and I think we overdo it, and we are as close as we've ever been to, two-hand touching them, even though it's still a tough position. Outside the pocket, I understand the slide rule. I think Al-Shaair, the suspension's fair. It was vicious. You saw Trevor Lawrence clench his fist when it happened. Now I know people are going to say, well, wait a minute. The timing, he had already left his feet and was going to hit him anyway. Well, then somebody will come back and say, well, you know what? Then don't jump out of your cleats at the player. Keep your feet on the ground before you all the things that go with and I respect both sides. I do. I was talking yesterday on my show, and we talked about it a lot today. I don't know. I don't believe in my heart that he's going out there to actually try to hurt somebody. But then I looked at a compilation. He's got some history, and I think that's why it was so severe. And I think they admit it. It's not just that's not a one-off. He's hit a guy laid out of bounds. He's punched a guy in the face. And I know people here in Houston rave and D'Amico about his character. And I'm sure he's a great guy. I love him as a football player. I don't know him as a person. I love that he's physical and nasty, but you just got to be smarter. And it was vicious, and it should have been flagged, and that's an expensive penalty. But I would want to protect all players that way, not just the quarterback. And I understand the slide. Hell, I'm almost starting to feel like the slide puts quarterbacks in more danger than if they just lower their shoulder pad and dive forward for the hit. Honesty, I swear I do. And then the defense, once again, what are we going to do when Mahomes gives the old okey-doke fake pump fake at the sideline and then steps back in bounds and goes, get you 15 more yards? So the defense is definitely at a disadvantage, but I want him to play hard, and I love vicious legal hits. If you hit me as hard as you can and in the right spot, I'll never have a complaint. That was nasty, and it's dangerous, and it's had to happen, and he'll learn his lesson. But for the most part, notwithstanding this event, I think that Al-Shaair is a hell of a physical football player that, you just got to be a little more judicious in certain situations and control yourself, temperament a little more. And then after the play, he, incited more trouble as well as Jacksonville. But I would have done what Jacksonville did too. I'd have protected my player. I'd have wanted him and I would somebody after taking that hit. So there's a lot of layers, and it kind of goes, you get both out of it. I love the physicality, but I don't like the cheapness of it. So it works. And if it was C.J. Stroud, people here think it's too long. If it was C.J. Stroud, they'd been up in arms and going nuts if it was been delivered by Josh Allen, the defensive end from Jacksonville, on Stroud. So I think we overprotect the quarterback. In that situation, we didn't, and it's fair. But I just think moving forward, somehow, some way out of the pocket, we got to protect him in the pocket. We do it too much.
So it's funny, a lot of the stuff, we were talking about it earlier, Sean, especially, Jason had brought up that maybe this sliding hurts the player more than them standing up and taking the hit. We also talked about what you said about Patrick Mahomes, and we've seen Josh Allen do it, where they do the little okey doke out of bounds or they fake a slide. Is there something to the NFL maybe legislating against that, like a flop in the NBA? Hey, dude, if you're going into faking a slide or going out of bounds, Mahomes did it against the Niners earlier this year. That's a personal foul, 15-yard penalty. Don't screw around with that stuff, because I'd like to think, Sean, if you were still in the league playing quarterback and you saw Patrick Mahomes pull that crap, you'd send him a note saying, dude, you just put all of us in danger now. Thanks a lot.
Oh, of course, and that's why the right answer of whose side are you on. And I know it's odd for a quarterback to be on the defensive side, but I've been hit plenty of times that were vicious, physical, brutal hits, but the guy would give you the respect of hitting you in the upper part of the pads in the back, and instead of hitting you in the low part of the knee. And I appreciated it. It wasn't fun, but I appreciate it. So I know that there's so many layers on that. Yeah, Dave, I said it this morning. I said we need to, and if this is the case, how do we legislate it or put a mandate out that those guys don't? They already have all the advantage you friggin' need, quarterbacks do. So let's if they pull that okie doke, then what you do is you bring it back, and even if you want to just take it like sometimes a penalty where the infraction occurred, let's say he gains 8 yards on the initial, and he's about to step out of bounds, and okie doke and gets 15 more. Bring it back to where he gained the 8 yards, loss it down.
Yep.
And spot the ball right there where he doesn't get rewarded for it. He didn't hurt anybody. And you don't get benefit from like pulling the okie doke like you're some star. The guy breaks down and can't hit you, because if he did, your ass would be 4 feet up in the stands in the fourth row if they unloaded on you like they want to. So cause a loss of down and put it back at the line of scrimmage. And if you want to add, like you said, the flop, put a foul, or you move them back and call it the same you would if you chop block the guy, a 15-yard penalty, personal foul. That'll stop the rule. That'll stop it immediately. It'll stop it immediately. But back to the sliding thing. I don't like the vulnerability of sliding feet first, because your head's up. Yeah. You don't have the pay. I mean, everything, and the first thing that's going to get hit is the thing that's the highest, and it's the head. Hell, you think Josh Allen? I want Josh Allen's big-ass body taking you on with a shoulder pad. He'll run through you.
Right.
So it almost feels all these different rules. It's hard. I want players safe. I think the integrity of the game needs to stay intact, and we are in danger of losing some of that. And we do overprotect them in the pocket, and we still have to protect them like any player outside the pocket in defensive where you can't defend yourself and it's a clean hit, because those guys are so physical. But this suspension is harsh, but it sends a loud message, and I think the stuff he's done.
All right, that's Sean Salisbury. We will try that cream corn, or I will, before next week, and we'll get into more. I like food talk. Sean and I could do it.
Absolutely,
completely.
Yeah, for sure.
Total segment.
You guys are cutting out on me. You got me.
We got you. We were wrapping up anyways. I know you're going through that section. All good. Have a great weekend, brother. Thanks as always. I'm going to try your cream corn.
Brother. Thank you, guys.
We'll talk to you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Right. Really want to get that cream corn taken. Yeah. We'll take a break. When we come back, 4 down territory. Who the hell's going to win the NFC South? Big surprises, good and bad this year, and your Raiders. Also, we have a new favorite to win the NFC Championship and win the Super Bowl. That just came in. We'll talk about that right after. Are you okay with that right after this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll talk about that right after this.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sacktown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, we know the holidays can be a tough time for a lot of you out there, but don't let that, anything from your past be something that can dampen your holiday spirit. And I want to tell you about that because an expungement can help you out. And what that is, that can help you get a job. It can help you get your rights back with that expungement. And right now, Gonzalez Law is offering discounts on expungements now through Christmas. You can go to sacklegaldefense.com to find out more, or call them at 916-304-9187. That's right. Maybe something from your past is still holding you down, something that just has followed you. You're young. You made a mistake. Well, those happen, but you want some clarity. You want you to be able to move forward. Well, that's where Gonzalez Law can help you out with so many things, including expungements. Now, Gonzalez Law is right here in town, in Sacramento, right in downtown, and has years of expertise, experience, court cases with effectiveness there that has helped thousands of clients over the years. Now, if it's a wrongful termination case, an auto accident, sexual harassment, whatever it may be, or the expungements that he's offering discounts on right now, the point is you've got someone that can represent you if you need it. Go to saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is expanding. I guess you could say the Super Shop is getting more super. That means more for you. More apparel, more equipment, more shoes, more gift ideas, more of everything you want. If you're looking for the right gift for the golfer in your life, let the friendly team of Hagen Oaks experts help you find the perfect gift. From golf bags to golf balls, from golf pants to golf shirts, from rain gear to golf gloves, Hagen Oaks has it all. And much is on sale. Visit the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Rare Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80, or find us at hagenoaks.com.
Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
If it's the holidays, then it's bonus card season at Twin Peaks. Stuff your friends and family stockings with the ultimate gift card and get a little something in return for yourself. Bonus cards are available to redeem January 1st through 31st, 2025.
You know, when it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer, and that's especially true when it comes to your garage door. And that's why I recommend National Garage Door, 638-4554. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. Whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family-owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their #1 priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE, it's broken spring experts. Styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of, and that's not good. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're getting a new garage door. We're pretty happy about that. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 638-4554, National Garage Door.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, we've got Matt Barrows coming up at 9 o'clock. Still to come, who's hot, who's not. We'll have a 3 in the key for the Kings and the Rockets game tonight. Again, our thanks to Sean Salisbury for joining us during our last segment. We always appreciate Sean. Do you think Dave's going to try that, do that cream corn, Chris?
I believe he wants to, but he'll forget about it.
Yeah, I think so. I think next week he'll go, oh, I should have tried that cream corn.
I think much like he forgot about this segment.
Yes, exactly. They'll say it's Tuesday. I ran into someone downstairs. Yeah, when people show up here on Tuesdays. We got 4 Down Territory coming your way in just a moment, or just right now. Let's do it.
That was a fun accident.
That was a fun accident. It is time for 4 Down Territory and First Down.
Hi. Sorry, I'm in mic issues. I was doing math.
Uh-huh.
So you need to take your shoes off.
I did. And my pants. So last year, Jason, the Kings were 0-6 versus the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
They lost by a combined 103 points. That's 17.16 on average points they lost to. the Pelicans. Last year, the Kings were 0-3 versus the Rockets, losing by a combined 51 points. That's exactly 17. So basically, even though we focused more on the Pelicans last year, the Rockets actually punked the Kings per game pretty much exactly the same, except this year the Kings are worse so far, the Rockets are better, and New Orleans is worse.
Weren't those Rockets games really early in the season?
Two of them I know were.
Yeah, they had that 2 stretch in a row,
Yeah.
and then they played them late. And actually, I remember Sengun got hurt.
Yeah.
In the game here.
Yeah. The Rockets came in. Didn't the Rockets come in here, or we go? No, we went there last year.
There played
for
twice
2.
in 3 days. Yeah.
And remember, we were like, "How could we lose that?"
Yeah.
And it turned out they were pretty good in the first, especially the first half. So, anyways, big test tonight. First down, please.
Who will win the NFC South?
Well, I don't know if I did. I'd bet on it. God.
Bet on the Bucks.
Falcons and Bucks. It's a 2-way race there. I mean, the Saints are 2 back, but I don't. Jason, let's look at this together real quick. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 6-6. They host the Raiders. They go at Chargers, at Dallas, home Panthers, home Saints. That is their remaining schedule. The Atlanta Falcons are also 6-6. Their remaining schedule: at the Vikings, at the Raiders, home Giants, at Commanders, home Panthers.
They each have like 2 tough games.
Yeah.
And winnable games.
I think it's a coin flip, but I'm going to go Bucks. Just repeating. But if you told me the Falcons were going to win it, it wouldn't shock me. I think the Bucks will get it together.
Yeah, I would pick Tampa, but I'm not betting on that. I'm not totally sold. It's an open division, but I'll take give me Tampa.
Sorry, man.
Bigger surprise, the 49ers at 5-7 or the Cowboys at 5-7?
The Niners. I mean, look, it's a surprise the Cowboys are this bad. And I actually thought that Dallas was going to, remember the beginning of the year, I thought, Dallas is going to turn around this year. But the Niners were the second most likely team, according to Vegas, to win the Super Bowl. The expectations are just so high. I think even the most ardent Niner haters realistically would have, the worst they would have said is, well, they'll make the playoffs, but they'll be a first or second round exit. I don't think anybody had them really almost certainly. Right now, the odds are that they're going to finish below 500 comfortably. I don't know too many people that had that.
No, not at all. And I think that is the bigger surprise based on the overall expectations. The Cowboys, I think, had some, not the same level as the 49ers. And, it's not like anybody in the division has gone off either. It's like, wow, nobody saw the Rams going 10-2. It's like, no, the division's very winnable for the Niners. Even now, still they could figure it out. But yeah, it's the Niners to me is the bigger surprise of 5-7.
By the way, the Philadelphia Eagles have now moved up into a tie for third place when it comes to odds-on favorites to win the Super Bowl. They are in a tie at 5-1 with the Kansas City Chiefs, moving up to number 2. The Buffalo Bills, which means your favorite on December 3rd, 2024, to win the Super Bowl, the Detroit Lions. How about the Lions and Bills?
Lions?
And by the way, of course, with the whole anything can happen thing, do we agree that there's really 4? Right now, it looks like there's 4 contenders for the title. Have we narrowed it yet? Have you narrowed it yet? Lions, Eagles, Chiefs, Bills.
There was a team, a lot of people were still high on the Ravens.
I want to be high on the Ravens. I just don't know if they can Bill or they can Chief. I want to be high on the Chiefs. I want to be high on the Steelers or the Vikings even.
Okay.
But I feel like they're in that, like there's a clear tier forming. And to be honest with you, I would put the Chiefs at 1 in their own tier. They're 11-1.
Right.
They're the defending 2-time world champions. They're still in their own tier for me. And then I put the Lions and Bills in tier 2. And then like the Eagles by themselves in tier 3. And then you got the, Eagles are looking really, really good right now. Third down, please, Christopher.
The Raiders are 2-10 and have been eliminated from postseason. What is the fix for this organization?
What's the fix? The fix would be removing Mark Davis from having any football input whatsoever and just have him throw out a cap figure every year and go to the games. That's truly the fix. He's not his father. He's maybe his father towards the end of his father's tenure when Mr. Davis was just making some really, when every other draft pick was Fabian Washington or Michael Huff, just somebody who was fast. But once upon a time, Al Davis, one of the keenest minds in the history of football. That's not his son. Mark Davis sucks at football. Step away, shut up, write the check, and bring in somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. As far as realistic fixes, first off, Antonio Pierce is gone. You got to just shuttle through it. And if you're hitching your start to Tom Telesco, okay, fine. But as they're bottoming out this year, keep bottoming out. I would trade Max Crosby and I would load up on picks and go through a full rebuild. And the great thing about the NFL, it doesn't mean 4 or 5 years.
Right.
You can be contending in 2 or 3 years with the right rebuild, the right picks, and most importantly, a couple of key free agent signings.
Yeah, I think Bowers and Crosby are the staples, but Crosby's someone you can get a lot for.
That's right.
And I wouldn't trade Bowers.
I wouldn't either.
That's a building block. Other than that, it's a total retool and do it all. The one thing I will say this about the Davis family, and I think Mark Davis has continued this from his dad, maybe even one thing he might be better at than his dad, is like the saying, once a Raider, always a Raider. Like the way they treat like their alumni, their former players is great. Okay, that's cool. But also do that. Be the ambassador to former players.
That's right.
Bring them through. But hire the people, spend the money, get a great coach, overpay. I don't know, make it where everyone goes, wow, the Raiders got that person as the coach.
Right.
Oh my gosh, the Raiders just drafted this quarterback. Like, they need to start developing things where you go, that's where the future is. Right now, there is no future.
Date who you want to date in Vegas, live the high life, go to the game, sit in your box, do your thing, be a celebrity owner, and keep your hands off.
Yeah.
You're not good at this, dude. 4th down, please.
The Lions finished with Green Bay, Buffalo, Chicago, San Francisco, and Minnesota. Predict their final record.
All right, well, one loss for the Lions right now. And the important context there, it's home Packers, home Bills, at Bears, at Niners, home Vikings. I'm going to give them another loss in there. I just think they'll get one.
15-2. Wow.
15-2.
What a year.
What a year for Dan Campbell and the Lions.
That Thursday game is big this week. The Packers and Lions. I mean, the Packers are right there, too.
You know what I would like to see, by the way, regardless of how Detroit finishes, but this would be especially good if they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can get it on demand. Rerun their Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Going back and seeing that Hard Knocks after the year they had leading into that and the belief in what Dan Campbell was instituting, I think that'd be a pretty cool watch right now.
Yeah, that's true. That would be good.
We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? We'll go 3 in the key with the Kings and Rockets. We'll do that right after this. And a word from Gonzalez Law and Jason Ross.
Christmas music is everywhere. The smell of gingerbread is in the air. And wait, what's that sound? It's Santa. He's headed back to Sacramento for the 41st annual Santa Parade, December 14th in downtown Sacramento. Bring your entire family to the parade route around the Capitol for over 100 floats, including marching bands, pageant princesses, clowns, horses, and of course, Santa himself.
The 41st annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 14th with Western Health Advantage, Gurnick Academy, and the California Army National Guard. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Get more info at sacktownsports.com.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions, plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with $0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your truck. trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers, too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Ready for winter? Forecasters are already predicting record sick days. Don't become a healthcare statistic. Fight sickness with fitness. Create a daily workout and stick to it. Let the Good Feet store help you meet your workout goals. With Good Feet Arch Supports, the pain in your feet, knees, hips, and back become history. And Good Feet Arch Supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Visit goodfeet.com for an appointment or just stop in. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Hot. LeBron James.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lakers did lose to the Timberwolves 109-80 yesterday. But LeBron scored 10 points to continue his record streak of double-digit scoring games to 1,243 games in a row.
Way to go,
Wow, buddy. He's good. Let me see something real quick on old LeBron. LeBron. Let me look at his log here.
Hello.
6:15. Yeah, he's in the middle of. I don't know. He's in the middle of a minimum.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe that's what we're going to get into.
Excuse me.
Maybe
Okay. All right. Hey, who's not?
LeBron James.
Hey.
In LeBron's last 4 games, he has shot 0 of 20 from 3 and is 5 behind Grant Williams for the most consecutive missed threes in NBA history.
And then, of course, the game the Kings were in LA. They should remember he hit like every 3 possible.
Dude, of course he did. Yeah, he was 4-9.
Yeah, or all of them.
Yeah. What a weakness. Yeah, he's for the month of December so far, guys. He's shooting 0 for 6.5 per game.
Ronnie must be helping him with his shot.
Apparently. Oh wow, subtle digs, not so subtle at Bronny James.
Diggs.
Well, Mount Diggsmore?
Diggstown.
That was just Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah.
Town.
Dig Dug.
Stefan. No, Diggs.
Oh.
Stefan Diggs' his brother.
Yep.
Football. He's a football player.
Yeah.
Frank Diggs.
Tito. It's always Tito. All right. Well, we've had Mount Banana more. Now we're having Mount Diggs more.
Can you digs it?
Do we have to do this 3 in the key for them? We do, don't we?
Yeah. I'm ready.
All right.
I'm
3
ready.
3 in the key. Give me. Oh, boy. Gonna hate watch tonight. I'm just gonna hate watch. You know what I don't want? Not only do I not want the Kings to lose again at home, I'll tell you right now, this is one of those games. You know, we were saying the winds are blowing. If this game does end up where not only they get beat, but they get beat on their home floor, and it's one of those Dylan Brooks is out of his mind, just yapping and punking this team, and if they wilt, that's where you go, okay, something's about to go down here, because you can't have too many of these at home in front of the home fans.
Yeah, I think if they have like a really bad night, they'll be booed tonight.
100%. The Boo Birds are
if it's bad.
If it's bad.
Yeah. If not, then go get a W.
Go get a W. Go eat a W.
Yes. All right. So the theme lately has been their inability to make threes and stop them. So, Dave, our question, first 1 and 3 of the key is how many made threes for the Kings and how many threes allowed?
I'll give 12 made for the Kings, 19 for the Rockets.
Okay. I had 12 and 16.
Hey.
I'm going to say 15 and 11.
You're 15 for the Kings?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, Chris.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chris he's got a feeling.
He's got a feeling.
All right. Now let's go to the centers. Sabonis and Şengün. We're going for their assists. Sabonis and then Şengün's assists.
I think Sabonis will have 10. I think Şengün will have 6.
I have 8 for Sabonis, 9 for Şengün.
11 for Sabonis, 5 for Şengün.
Okay, these stats are promising for the Kings for Chris.
Yeah.
Random stat. Something weird, different, odd. You're predicting?
I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. I mean, I guess it's not random, but let me put my name on it. The Rockets are averaging 33% from beyond the arc. They will bust 41%. I said 40 earlier.
Exactly 41?
No, they will shoot 41% or higher tonight.
41 or higher.
41 or higher.
I have Kevin Huerter with 3 or more 3-pointers.
Is he even?
Yeah, he was cleared in a practice yesterday.
That is.
I thought that they said he was questionable today.
I'm going to do it.
If we're being honest, he's been questionable every game for about a year and a half.
I'm going for it. I'm rolling the dice.
Okay, I hope you're right. I'd love to see that. That is a random stat. Chris?
The Kings will not trail from halftime on.
Dude, what is going on? And the thing is Chris can be right sometimes on these. It's like, what is going on? Are you in cahoots with Vegas and their 1.5 point spread here?
I just got a feeling.
I got a feeling.
Yeah, tonight's going to be a good night. That's
really
what Chris is saying.
Yes, that's still favored.
Good night.
They showed a lot of good things in their last game.
And they still
could
lost.
not defend the 3.
No. So what makes us think that's going to change? Like they haven't been able to defend the 3 for like seriously 7 years.
And now they're going up against a bad 3-point shooting team in the Rockets.
I mean, kind of. You know what their 3-point shooting's been like?
Was that a burp in there?
I don't know. Here's clean up some stuff here before we get to Matt Barrows. I've been waiting to play that.
Yeah.
Have you ever played the fun game with friends of more or less than the Popes?
So many times.
It's so fun. Here's one for you. Since Chuck Noll took over the Steelers in 1969, have there been more Steelers head coaches or Popes?
Popes.
Waiting on Chris here.
Popes.
Since 1969, there have been 3 Steelers head coaches: Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin. There have been 4 Popes in that entire time. That is right. If you guessed more Popes,
I did.
Name them.
Benedict, John Paul, the whatevers, the guy right now. Wait, hold on. Who is, and the guy before John?
And the Kentucky coach, Mark Pope.
Contavious Caldwell.
Yeah.
On a rope. Oh, that's soap on a rope. A dope.
Popeye's chicken.
Hold on. It was John, whatever. John Paul the third, I think.
Yeah.
Or second.
Second.
Benedict. Oh, who's the one? No, don't tell me. Who's the Pope now? Benedict's the one that did it for a few years, and I was like, I'm good. And then you got the
I see the guy's face. I don't know.
Pope. I know, right?
He stole Pee-wee's bike.
Oh, Benedict. Wait, I just said that. No, Dudley. No, it's not Pope Dudley. What was that little fat kid's name?
I don't remember.
Give me another hint. I'm not looking at the text line purposely.
It's tough to think of this name.
Why can't I? Am serious. I even watched The Two Popes. I saw the movie on Netflix.
Is that supposed to take place after this Pope?
It's well up until it's like about Benedict giving up the popeness. What do you the poping? The Pope. The Pope's the
Pope power.
Right to
power the popal.
Benedict should be the tough one. Is Benedict? Is it Pius? No. Who is it? I'm going to hate myself.
Francis.
That's the current one.
You could have said the guy that wrote the national anthem. Pope Francis Scott Key. Crap. How did I?
Did we get the fourth one, though?
No, that's the guy before John Paul II. It's probably,
Reggie.
Pope Reggie. Pope Reggie the third. It would at least be Reginald. Sorry. There's never been like a Pope David or Pope Jason. I think there's been a Pope Christopher. Not
Probably.
yet. That'd be a weird job, man. I wouldn't want to be a Pope. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Come on, you just go outside.
What, and do the wave? And yeah, that's do the wave.
But with name changes, like in years, like Pope Braxton.
Have you seen like the new Pope is big against like kissing the ring of the Pope? Have you seen the video?
But that was wasn't that I thought that was a COVID thing. I know the video you're talking about.
I think it's like a normal thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a COVID thing. Yeah, you got to come up with all the names. Did you say new Pope? Yeah, and a lot of people don't like new Pope.
It didn't go over well.
Like classic Pope.
Pope classic.
Pope free. Pope light.
Someone's gonna get mad. We're not making fun. We'll take a break when we come back. Mount Pope more. Mount Pope, yes, the Pope of the Niners. Matt Barrows. We'll talk about the aftermath of what happened Sunday and what to do looking forward with the Niners. We'll do all that next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Snatch De'Aaron Fox for game-scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Attention, if you're new to Medicare, recently moved, or lost coverage, you may be eligible to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan. Give Best Medcare a call if you're eligible to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that will provide your hospital and medical insurance. The call is free and there's no obligation to enroll. From hospital stays to outpatient care and doctor visits, a Medicare Advantage plan has you covered. To speak to a licensed insurance agent, call 800-832-7597. That's 800-832-7597. 800-832-7597. 800-832-7597. Best Medcare is sponsored by CTA Media, non-government entity, not affiliated or endorsed by any government agency. Callers will be directed to a licensed insurance agent. No obligation to enroll. Not all plans offer all of these benefits. Availability of benefits and plans varies by carrier and location. Deductibles, copays, co-insurance limitations, and exclusions may apply. Enrollment in the described plan type may be limited to certain times of the year unless you qualify for a special enrollment period.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper. As the proud sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mob Crew, Alsco Uniforms offers certified hygienically clean lab coats, scrubs, bed linens, towels, floor mats, and an array of mops tailored for your healthcare facility. Our services include convenient delivery to your doorstep. Leading the way in healthcare laundry services in Northern California, discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco uniforms. Go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's alsco.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Seth Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Seth Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Seth's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
At Harbor Freight, our low prices make us the place for gifts that keep on giving. Because when you give the gift of quality tools, you're giving someone the ability to fix, restore, and build for years to come. And with savings like these, you can even get something for yourself. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Stop by and give yourself the gift of great prices.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, and Matthew Barrows.
Yeah.
Joining us right now. Now, Matt, by the way, Matt, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. Jason, you?
Yeah, good.
Chris, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Okay, so we're all doing well. Look, I'm going to do it this way because I don't want to be, I'm going to fumble this like I always do. I don't want to be talking football and then go into this. I'd rather just talk about the stuff that matters first off. We could spend all segment talking about all the injuries the 49ers have dealt with this year, but the news hit yesterday that goes beyond football. And not only Matt did Trent Williams and his wife lose their two of their children, one before and one stillborn, she'd reported on Instagram. It's not even, I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud, but it's not even the first 49er that lost a child this year. And we remember, I think it was Marquise Goodwin a few years ago so you go through all the losing and the injuries and all the things that would already bring that locker room down. And you have actual real life tragedies hitting this team. To say this year has been a nightmare from not just a football, but a human standpoint, I think, Matt, is you covered this team forever. That's an understatement.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and it puts everything into perspective as well. And I think the 49ers do that and know that. And that was Kyle Shanahan's point, is that, these guys are very close. And, Trent Williams is held in more esteem than everyone. He's like the king of the locker room. And so, if there is any sort of good coming out of it, it's that he's got a lot of support. and a lot of people reaching out to him and a lot of people to turn to. And you're right. It's not the first time it's happened. It's not the first time it's happened in the last month and a half. So it's one hammer blow after another. It just sort of underscores the snake bit, nature of this season. It's a low season. And I think everybody is starting to kind of see that or kind of feel the reality of the year.
And Matt, on kind of that same note with Trent Williams, it does seem less important about returning to play football, but how are they going to handle that? Kind of give him his own freedom on that? Like, what's their approach, you think, with him?
Yeah, I mean, some guys want to get out there as quickly as possible, as almost a distraction. He's got the added onus of having this left heel / ankle injury, which apparently is not healing as quickly as they had hoped. He was on a knee scooter all week last week, trying to kind of keep his weight, 325 pounds or whatever he is, off of it. So I think that is another big issue. You talk about kind of the state of playing issue. His backup, Jalen Moore, has played well in his absence, and again had another nice game. All the offensive linemen had good games on both sides of the ball because this was an offensive lineman built game in the snow. But Moore had another solid outing, and probably good for him to continue to play at left tackle.
And so, Matt, I'm just speaking as a Niner fan now, and obviously the fan base doesn't speak with one voice, but I'm looking at this team that still has, they're hosting Detroit. They go to Arizona to end the season. They've got Chicago and the Rams both at home, and then at Miami. I mean, it's not a huge stretch to say that they could win 3 in a row, but the way they're playing, they could lose 2 or 3 or 3 in a row. They're 5-7. CMC's gone for the year. Mason's gone for the year. Trent Williams, I'm just speaking from a football standpoint, maybe gone for I don't know. There is a part of me with the cap issues on the horizon, with everything going on, that says I just don't know what winning does for this franchise long term at this point. Even if they were to somehow sneak into the playoffs, this isn't a Super Bowl team this year, and this is a franchise that's all about winning Super Bowls. Maybe put on the brakes, pull some guys, let them heal, let them get better. Fred Warner with the ankle fracture, shelf him up, and get everybody healthy, get those draft picks, get in the top 10, recycle, reload, and try next year. And do you sense any sort of appetite for that or a conversation about that in the front office?
It's already happening. I mean, they're already playing for next year. And it's not their choice to. All those injuries have meant that a whole slew of rookies have come in and played already, and there's going to be another major one, Isaac Guerendo, getting a lot of snaps here coming up. So this is all happening for them, and I do think that it's really beneficial for 2025. I mean, let's just look at the Guerendo situation specifically. The 49ers know what they have in Jordan Mason, the backup, and he's going to be out for at least 4 weeks because he's got a high ankle sprain. And Mason is going to be a restricted free agent at the end of the year. And restricted free agents usually don't have big markets. They usually come back to the team that they were on. This could be a guy who does get attention because he's been so good for the 49ers, so reliable, so steady, that he could get a market. And so the 49ers would want to know, okay, how aggressively do we try to retain this guy? And I think Isaac Guerendo's last 5 games are going to determine that. I think that we started to see Isaac Guerendo turn the corner in Seattle in week 6, and he's played well since then. But he's still kind of progressing. And the big question about him is, can he stay healthy? And so I think if he's able to prove to them that over these last stretch of games, I think that'll dictate a lot toward like I said, how aggressively do the 49ers try to retain Jordan Mason? I think the 49ers would love to have Garendo as their number 2 to Christian McCaffrey next year. But it's up to Isaac Garendo to sort of make that case over the last 5 games.
Well, and just real quick, and a name we've kind of forgotten is Elijah Mitchell in there, also going into his 4th year. Do the same rules apply with him? And is there any thought to remember that he had that 790 yards last year? Just excuse me, that's Jordan Mason. Excuse me. Mitchell has shown promise in the past as well. He's just been so banged up. Or do you feel like they're just kind of writing him off?
Not writing him off, but I don't think he's going to have quite a market. I mean,
Gotcha.
that injury history is so extensive that very, very hard to see the 49ers having much competition to have him back. I think he would be back, but they can't rely on him. It's going to be interesting this week to see who else they bring in. I mean, they lost 2 running backs. This is a team that had 3 running backs going into the Bills game. They lost 2 of them. So Garendo Pops is going to go to the top of the list, and then they've got one guy on the practice squad who they'll bring in, but that's it. I mean, they need to have a tryout for running backs and to bring somebody in. And I would hope that it's sort of a young type of guy, because whoever they bring in is going to get carries at some point this season. And again, it'll be good to kind of give that person opportunities to see what they have for next year.
Talking with Matt Barrows from The Athletic and courtesy of Stockton Honda. Matt, we're talking so much about injuries, and I think and you already said the Niners are kind of already planning for next year based on the results they're having. So how do they separate the injuries from performance? Because obviously the injuries are a factor, but there also has been some poor performance. That's really tough in evaluating a year like this when so many things have gone wrong, a lot of it based off injuries. But do you think they're able to separate this and also not just get completely fooled and say, hey, this was all injuries? Or do you feel like that's really the crux of all their problems?
I mean, I think it's the main crux of all their problems. I thought that they started out well in Buffalo. Like they had the energy. They were on it. They were sharp to begin. And I didn't feel that way against, in the game against the Packers. That was such a disjointed game, especially in that first quarter. They fell behind 17-0. They were out of it early. I thought that their effort was better in Buffalo. I mean, the results were worse, but it was a game. After the game, the Bills offensive linemen were thumping their chests and saying, yeah, we just kept running the same play over and over against them, and they couldn't stop it, and we ran the ball down their throats. Well, the 49ers were doing the same thing to the Bills. The difference in the game is that the Bills scored on their long drives and the 49ers didn't. My point being that was the type of game it was. Both teams were running the ball well. It was hard to play defense. I think if Christian McCaffrey doesn't get hurt, he has a huge game. And the 49ers are close. So I know that the final score is shameful, but I don't think that the effort was shameful.
And now you have, as we mentioned earlier, now you come back home at 5-7, and you take on Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears with a new head coach involved as well. So we talked about what the front office may or may not have an appetite for, whether it's willingly or unwillingly, but obviously the players on the field are going to be playing to win the game. And it's my one question is about Brock Purdy. Obviously played against Buffalo, but how close to 100% is he, in your opinion?
Oh, I think he's close to 100%. Okay. I don't think that was a big factor. After the Juszczyk fumble, the Bills guy who recovered it is running down the sideline, and who's the guy that knocked him out of bounds? It was Brock Purdy with the injured right shoulder.
Yeah.
So I think if that was really bothering him, he doesn't make that play. He's not a good bad weather quarterback. I mean, that's proven. Josh Allen is built for 6 inches of snow in a blizzard condition. I mean, he's a big guy who can run the ball. Purdy, not as big. Whenever the ball is wet, or slippery, he tends to have some grip issues. And there was one in the fourth quarter in this game as well. The game was over by that point. Not a huge deal as far as the outcome, but again, I mean, that's his kryptonite is rain and snowy weather. And luckily he plays in a place that rarely has either of those. And certainly I'm trying to think if the Bears' new stadium is going to be a dome stadium or not, or whether that even gets done. But luckily, you go to Minnesota, you're playing indoors. You go to Detroit, you're playing indoors. So it's really Green Bay, Seattle. You're not going to play Buffalo until the next time they go to Buffalo will be 2032. So we'll worry about it at that point. Okay.
Yeah. One more thing for me, Matt. Dave and I were talking about this earlier about the injury to McCaffrey. So his season is over. It never really got started technically, and he's going to be 29. Not that that's a dinosaur, but that's that magic age for running backs. What's the concern level of, he had early career injuries. Now this one really for the Niners, just kind of going forward, his overall health, or did he save some mileage this year?
Well, I was going to say, he didn't put on a lot of mileage this year for sure. So you would think that, a high mileage year last year led to the injuries this year. Maybe a low mileage year leads to a better 2025. I think that's the hope. That's the thinking. I don't think that there's any, thought that, oh boy, maybe this is it for Christian McCaffrey. This seems like more of a freak injury. He fell hard on that knee, suffered a PCL. I'm talking to an orthopedic surgeon later today just to learn about, that injury, how common they are, and, what it means for the future. Like I said, I think that the 49ers' ideal situation at running back next year is a McCaffrey Garendo 1-2 punch. We saw, Garendo score a 15-yard run yesterday, but it was really a pass. It was a throw behind the line of scrimmage from Brock Purdy. That's something that Garendo brings to the table that Jordan Mason doesn't. I think the 49ers love the fact that, like Raheem Mostert in the past, if Garendo hits the hole correctly, he could be gone. And I think that 1-2 combination will be interesting. This is a 2025 question. I shouldn't even be bringing it up. But one of the things that irks the fans the most is that McCaffrey never comes out of the game. He'll play like 95, 96% of the snaps. It would seem like a McCaffrey Garendo, more of a share. Obviously, McCaffrey would get the lion's share of the snaps, but that could be a really nice combination next year that would save some mileage. Get back to your point, Jason, on McCaffrey down the line.
That's Matt Barrows of The Athletic. Make sure to read him, subscribe. Great deals going on right now for the holidays from The Athletic, in which you can curate all your favorite writers, get all the team info you want from the teams that you love and more. Matt, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you after the Bears game next week. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that should be a Monday chat instead of our Tuesday chats that we've had.
Okay. Well, looking forward to it, buddy. Take care. Wear a coat.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. That's Matt Barrows. We'll take a break. When we come back, top and bottom five as we wrapped up NFL Week 13. Do we have new movers and shakers entering our top fives? Jason and I will share coming up right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Bell Brothers presents our end-of-year warehouse clearance with our lowest prices of the year. Everything in our inventory must go. Save big on new furnaces, water heaters, AC units, and more. Plus, receive an instant rebate of up to $2,000 on select furnace and AC systems, and a free standard water heater with installation, and 0 payments, 0 interest financing. Call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234, or go online to thenosurpriseguys.com. These deals will not last long. If you have been putting off getting a new heating and cooling system or replacing your old water heater, now is the time to take action. It's Bell Brothers end-of-year warehouse clearance. Our in-home estimates and second opinions are always free. Right now is the best time to save up to $2,000 on select heating and cooling systems. Plus, receive a free standard water heater with installation. Plus, 0 payments, 0 interest financing. Get all the details at theNoSurpriseGuys.com. Financing based on approved credit.
No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Carmichael Dave.
He's very good sources, and he just kind of tells it how it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's the commercial with Mike Bibby and Deb Christie.
Yeah.
It's a song they play.
Welcome back, Cotta.
Welcome back, Cotta.
Mr. Cartier.
Mr. Cartier. All right, here we go. NFL top 5, bottom 5. Give us a bed, not the one to sleep on, the one to play music in the background. Jason Ross, as we do each and every week, we will give our top and bottom 5. You go first.
Okay. Here's my bottom 5.
Bottom 5.
Starting from my 5th worst team, I've got the Panthers at 28.
Okay.
I've got the Titans at 29. I've got the Raiders at 30. Eliminated from the playoffs. Jacksonville, I see you. You're 31. And still, bottom of my list, the New York Football Giants. That's my 5. Panthers, Titans, Raiders, Jaguars, and Giants.
Yeah, pretty much the same here. The only difference is, so I have Carolina at number 28. I put the Patriots in there. I flip-flopped them with the Titans, but, either way. Jacksonville and Vegas flip-flop for me. Jacksonville comes in 3rd worst. The Vegas Raiders come in 2nd worst. Part of that's I just think they're in full tank mode. And the New York Football Giants, yes, dead last. By the way, in case you don't think tanking is real, and I know nobody said that, you all know tanking is real. Jason, I was looking at the standings earlier, as they say, by the way, across the pond, the tables is what they call them. And looking at the bottom, where is this here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The bottom 11 teams, Jason Ross, are on a combined 40-game losing streak. They are 0-4, not a win in there in the bottom 11. Not a single solitary win. In fact, you have the Cowboys have won 2 in a row, and then above that, the Niners have lost 3 in a row, and the Dolphins lost their last game. Your bottom 3 teams, the Giants have lost 7 in a row, Raiders 8 in a row, Jags 5 in a row. It's just tankaroni and cheese, my friend.
Enjoy it.
Top 5, I'll take this one. Number 5, they've won 5 in a row, and we got all in on them, then kind of forgot about them, and here they are again. Give me the Minnesota Vikings at number 5, the Feagles. And I think they could easily be higher than this, but I'm going to put them at number 4 because the Lions for me are 3, the Bills at 2, and I'm sorry, you're the 2-time defending champions, and you're 11-1. You were tied for the best record in the league. You've played some pretty good opponents as well. Somebody chiefed. It's Kansas City at number 1.
Okay, well, we have these same 5 teams, not in the same 5 order with the exception of number 5. I have the Vikings at 5, just like you. At number 4, I have the Bills, the Buffalo Bills at 4. I have the Eagles at 3. I put the Chiefs at 2, and I've had the Lions at 1 for weeks, and I'll keep them there.
Iron or Noah? You see, you have the Eagles. Number 3.
The band.
The band, the Eagles.
Yeah.
Sam? Ooh, no, Eagle. Sam the Eagle, the Eagles, Ian and Noah, Eddie
the Eagle.
Eddie the Eagle. Yeah.
Eye.
Ooh, Eagle Eye.
Yeah.
The
Beagles?
The dog.
Wasn't there a punter named Feagles? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff
Feagles.
Feagles.
Jeff Feagles.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I don't think there's any other Eagles going on. Hey, the engineers are here.
Hey.
Hey. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Something happened and it's weird and I don't like it.
Yeah.
By the way, can they put a fire stick in, please? All right, what do we want to do here? We got 3 minutes, Jason. I got some stuff here to clean up if you're okay
Let's
with
clean it
that.
up.
By the way, just to let you know the remainder of the program, what to watch coming up next, including Rockets Kings.
Yeah.
Also, my son's basketball game tonight.
What's the point spread for that one?
Oh, I do know. I don't even know who they're playing, actually. Great dadding. I know it's in town, according to my wife, so I don't have to go to, like, Forest Hill or Yuba City.
How's he been doing? Individually. I'm talking individual, like fantasy. Should I be picking him up for
let me hey Chris, can you bed this down the bet thing? This would be a good remainder of the segment. There is a bit of a controversy going on involving my son's basketball career. On one side, it's me. On the other side, it's mom, it's coach, and it's son. Now, just to be clear, I am not intrusive dad. I'll say what I think, but ultimately, as long as he's not harming himself or doing something, it's your call, buddy.
So what's the debate?
He's on varsity.
Yeah.
He's a sophomore. They have a JV team. Played JV last year. Was basically like going back and forth between starting and coming off the bench. Freshman playing with older kids. They promoted him to varsity towards the end of the year, and he's been there ever since. So, for example, they're a tiny school. We played Casa Roble a couple weeks ago. Okay. The spread on that one probably would have been Casa by 21. Lost by a point. I sat there and watched my son not play a second.
Mm-hmm.
What the coach is doing and what the coach is saying is that, and by the way, I like the coach. He's saying that he wants Mason to be a part of the team this year to learn the system and to get in and out when he can. But ultimately, I wouldn't call this a red shirt year.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a half a red shirt year.
But he's further down the depth chart
on
varsity.
He's out near the bottom of the depth chart.
So is the JV not running the same things as the varsity?
That was my exact question. And I guess it's just they're not running it quite the same because of their personnel. Whatever that is. So the coach is saying, hey, look, I'm looking at this. I want this kid starting for us his junior and senior year, and it's going to help him in the long run to play against tougher competition and to learn the system. And I'm on my side, I'm saying, look, that's a perfectly valid point. I understand that. But if you were doing a scouting report on my son, he's a coach's dream. He does what he's told. He loves to play defense, rebound, and he's got a shot. But his biggest weakness is confidence.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like the idea of shooting too much because he feels like he's being selfish. He's that kind of kid. I don't think it's a boost to your confidence. This is just me talking. To ride the bench most of the year for about 90%, maybe 80% of the minutes out there. And then when you do go in, you're playing against kids that are 2-3 years older than you. Why not let the kid who, by the way, probably has, look, I'm not one of those AAU dads. My kid's probably got 3 years of organized basketball left in his life. I don't think he's playing college. Who knows? But I don't think so. So you got 3 years left, dude. Why not spend this year starting on JV, being a focal point of the team? You get your confidence sky high, and then, okay, maybe there's some adjustments. But you go into next year on varsity, you've got preseason, you've got camp, you've got all that. So they practice 700 times a week. It's not going to be that hard to learn the system. And now you've got the confidence behind you of a full year of being a starter. There's no replacement for minutes and real game time.
Did coach give him the opportunity to make his decision, or did he say, I want you on varsity?
He said he wanted him on varsity, but ultimately it was his decision. And I've had very extensive conversations with my son who wants to follow that program. Here's the thing, though. He's a good kid. He doesn't want to ruffle feathers. I think he's trying to be, and he said, look, this team could do some stuff this year in our league. I want to be a part of something special. I want to be a part of this. And I trust the coach. I want to do what the coach is saying. He's a good kid. He wants to do the right thing. I'm just worried that, look, I like the coach, but there's also a part of me that's thinking, dude, you're what you're doing here is you're hedging your bets on depth here at the expense of my kids' playing time.
I don't know. I don't know the exact answer because they can make arguments for both, but I think both ways could build his confidence. Obviously, playing on JV and playing more can build his confidence, but there's more practice than games played. So the more practice against the better players is probably good for him. Now, but I can see both sides of this.
Building confidence going up against varsity guys and just getting smashed.
Well, if next year is the thought that he is if that's already kind of out there, I think part of it, like while you're doing, is like, man, I Dave's the starter, but I play pretty good against him. Like I should be ready to go when Dave graduates. Like I'm ready. Whereas as a junior, as a sophomore on JV, he's probably going to kill it and do well, and that's great too.
Yeah.
But then there's that still like, now I'm playing with better people. Am I ready? I don't know. I think there's arguments to be made for both. I don't think
go ahead.
I don't think he's losing confidence. I don't think so.
I hope not.
I was put in the same situation, and it was me and another guy, and we were both basically asked, like, do you want to go to, he didn't even like say like you're gonna, he's like, he just put like the facts out there. You want to go to JV, you're gonna get more playing time, you're most likely going to start. You come up here, you're going to be practicing with us. I can't guarantee you playing time, but what do you guys want to do? One of the guys went up, I went down, I started, played well. The next season, I actually was playing more than him, and then he eventually quit because he wasn't playing.
That's what I feel, Chris. I'm glad you said that, because that's what I feel like. Like, look, if he's good on JV, he's going to be, I don't know. Plus, there's the whole thing where it's like, dude, you have 3 years left to play organized basketball, and 33% of that time you're going to ride the bench. But again, I say my piece. I put it out there. I am convinced this is a bad decision. 100%. I'm convinced it's a bad decision. But ultimately, I'm not going to. I'm not going to be that guy. We'll take.
And you cannot wait to say, "Told you so."
Well, it's funny as we go to break. I was in the car with Mason on the ride home from practice about 2 weeks ago. What I said to him, I said, and buddy, by the way, this is one of those times where if and when I'm right about this, there's no I told you so points. The time's gone. I do not want to be right. I want to be dead wrong, because
10 years from now, I will throw that.
Well, it's funny. Well, I'm looking at the time here. He's in it. So like, at his games now, I have this bit with Melissa, because she and I go back and forth about this. So she goes, how's he doing? And then I'm like, oh, dude, watch this play. And I send her videos, but they're just him on the bench. That's my whole bit with it. Like, look at what he's doing. And now I would just kind of make a joke of it. Like, hey, man, you clapped really well in the third quarter. It was awesome. So I'm kind of dragging my own.
So you're building his confidence a lot.
That's just how our family is. But it is fun to drag him. But I'd rather not have the material to drag him and go watch him play for the JV.
Sure. Games are earlier, too. Kids see that Kings game.
That's a great point right there. What to watch? We'll see a JV varsity team, hopefully 2 varsities tonight, not just here, but around the NBA. We'll do that next.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a 2-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
At Makita, good enough is never enough. Anyone can throw in a stronger motor, but it takes precision to find that balance of power, performance, and longevity. We obsess over every detail. We design, test, redesign, and do it all over again to create tools that'll keep going with you from project to project, job site to job site, year after year. If it's not right, don't put your name on it. Makita, available at the Home Depot.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region. conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Top 100 PGA and LPGA teaching professional Kelly Stenzel offers a few tweaks for your short game, including putt whenever you can, chip when you can't putt, and pitch only when you have to. For small distance, small setup. Shorter shots require smaller swings. Grip the handle lower for less power, and a narrow stance will limit your backswing. For large distance, large setup. The farther you want to hit the wedge, the larger the swing needs to be. Full length on the grip and a wider stance create more power. And posture is key for contact and loft. See that your short game posture reflects that of your full swing. Ball position tips. Left for loft. For right-handed golfers, move the ball forward and increase loft. Right for roll. Moving the ball back decreases the loft for more roll. Sharpen your short game and watch your scores drop and your enjoyment rise. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
We got ourselves our microphone. Well, all morning we've been dealing with the mic buttons haven't been working. And then Chris has had to operate them. Also, we haven't had our second TV in here on for about a month now.
Yeah.
Turns out that maybe just needed to be plugged in. Who knows?
I don't know. But we'll be back here shortly. It's going through a reboot.
Do you subscribe at all to the theory that, like, secretly our engineers sometimes will, like, go in when everyone's gone and just, like, jack stuff up a little bit?
Job security.
Right.
Yeah.
So then something goes wrong.
Right.
And no one understands.
Yeah.
Like, our guy Joe was in here. I said, well, what happened? He's like, oh, the M4 was cross-referenced with the flux capacitor. Yeah. It was probably just a little plug that came out.
He did it, though. He fixed it.
I will say with the stuff that they have to mess around with, they do not want to put more on their plate.
Yeah, I mean, and I just like to acknowledge they're standing behind you right now, so I'd say the same thing. But I don't care. If they're grifting the system, I say, number one, more power to you. Number two,
grift away.
Dobie Gill, just grift away. And ain't my cash. It's John Bonneville.
Yeah. John Bonneville.
John L. Bonneville.
John L. Bonneville. So our thanks to our engineer.
Yes, thank you.
Always save it the day. Although TBD on the TV.
Oh no, it's booting.
Oh, it is booting?
Yeah,
that's a long boot.
Well, I have to turn it on from over there, and I will.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You have to turn it on. Oh, here we go.
Joe's gonna do it. Moment of truth.
And TV's going, looks like
it will. Yeah, that's it. That's the process. We're back.
We are so back.
Yeah.
We are so flipping back, dude. All right, what's watch tonight as we're watching the TV to see if it comes on the cable system. Grizz at Mavs. Suns at Spurs.
Okay.
Warriors at Nuggets.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Blazers at Clippers.
But mainly it's Rockets at Kings.
Rockets at Kings.
Yeah. That's the one.
Hey, we got two TVs.
Yeah.
Hey.
Your kid can play in high school, but can't figure out how to turn a power button.
Hey, that's right. I should not be a father. Yeah. I don't like what's on that TV.
I know. I think it's one of those two.
You're the remote. You're the remote. Yeah, you do the remotes.
Yeah.
Rockets at Kings. All right, guys. Sorry, we were having some technical issues. There we go. And plus, it's impossible for me to do anything and not pay attention to the other thing, just because, that's the way my brain works. Kings are still favored by 1.5 tonight. I will tell you this much, Jason. Oh, by the way, it's an NBA Cup game.
Oh. I know. They've been eliminated from the Cup.
Well, that's the color of a different horse altogether if it's an NBA Cup game. I will tell you this. I just, during the last break, Jason, I had a phone call.
Uh-huh.
So my buddy who gambles, by the way, 1-hitter gambler.
Yeah.
So my buddy who gambles. Now, this is his method. I've shared it before. For the NBA season, he starts out with $250.
Okay.
He rarely, if ever, bets more than $25 a game.
Okay.
And he will then make his max bet half of his bankroll throughout the year. So if he has $200 left, his max bet on a game that he feels super strongly for is $100. Okay. He has built his bankroll this year up. It's been a good year for him. He has built his bankroll up to somewhere around $750.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good
He's
year.
tripled.
Yeah.
My buddy is putting $350 down on the Rockets tonight.
Interesting.
He is betting. This is his biggest. Thinks that this.
Why is he so confident? Did he tell you?
He thinks yes, he did. He did. We went into it. He thinks this line is completely off.
Maybe that's why I'm so confident that the Kings will win.
You're probably, and you know what? You'll probably be right.
So what we're all hoping for is Kings win by 1.
I think. Well, I'd rather. It's not my money. I hope the Kings win by 20.
Yeah.
But if they win by 1, that's fine.
How much of a Kings fan is your buddy? Or is he
hard?
Oh wait, no, I got that all wrong. No, that would still hurt you.
Me, it's not gonna hurt me.
That would still hurt you. Yeah. Speaking of the gambler.
Oh yes, he or she, diehard Kings fan.
Okay, so my question would be, a lot of times, like that's a good amount of money. Mm-hmm. Would your buddy rather have the Kings win or win the bet?
He has a hard and fast rule.
Yeah.
Because he's a big believer in karma. We've talked about this at length. There is no bet or amount of money that he has ever rooted against the Kings for.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Okay.
Just feels like it.
Wow.
Now,
he makes that type of money?
I've asked him and he said, well, look, if it's like game 22 and I had $1 million against the Kings, well, guess what? I'm rooting against the Kings. But with the rules and parameters, he just never feels it's right to put money ahead of being a fan.
Do you know, I don't know if you know this, but in his winnings this year to triple, was it on the Kings or against the Kings just other games too?
He's ridden against the Kings heavy. Yeah, that is where he's probably made about 70% of his bankroll betting against the Kings this year. Okay. Also,
he knows his team.
Has made a good amount of money on another one of his favorites has been San Antonio, has been very good to him. Oklahoma City has actually been very, very good to him. Against Milwaukee and Dallas has been very, very good to him. And Cleveland has been very, very good to him. So he's picked up on a few trends that he's ridden really well, but he's putting a lot on. He's putting half his bankroll up, half a good amount of his profits up. I hope he loses. I do. Sorry, buddy, but go Kings. Screw you. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's talk with Alan Stiles.
Let's do that.
Let's do some celebrity birthdays, and let's wrap up the show.
Okay,
you go with that?
I'm ready.
We'll do all that right after this. Hey, that's right. I should not be a father.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
And a handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles the man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Progressive, you get more than savings. You get access to us through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
Oh, I see what you're doing here, Jamie. Giving me all these ways to stay in touch so I have no excuse not to. Well, you're in luck, because this guy's in the market for a new BFF.
Actually, all our customers can contact us this way.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just kidding.
But I am always up for Taco Pizza! Jigsaw!
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Ba, 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 ba. Yep, 'tis the season. Hey, if you take pride in your gift giving, here's a great idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so Arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift from the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
I always approach the holidays with a sense of excitement and a time to be with family. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Naturewood Home Furnishings. For me, the best times were when there were 3 generations all celebrating together. Today, we're the grandparents, and the holiday spotlight shines on my grandson. And I hope he'll remember holidays the way his papa does. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create your own kind of holiday memories during their holiday home sale. Unique gifts found only at Naturewood, like hall trees, curios, chairside tables, and more, are available at savings of 20% off. During Naturewood's holiday home sale, you'll find savings all around the store for every room in your home. Find your perfect bit of Christmas for your home at Naturewood Home Furnishings holiday home sale going on right now. The memories you make with your family will live with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people, obviously. But what's more, MediShare members like it a lot. Their satisfaction rate is 98%. Imagine that. And MediShare is a proven thing, too, for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing. If you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save even more right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is December 15th. So call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah. Woo! Going nuts.
Yeah.
Did you hear earlier in the show, Alan, when we were Dave was talking about an endorsement idea for you? Actually, it was. No, I can't even say it's not your original idea. It was Cindy Jordan.
Cindy
right?
Jordan.
No, I did not.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. You'll like it.
Okay, I'm listening.
She was saying we should get a station-wide endorsement with one of those clothing subscription places. And she said it would actually especially be good for you because not only are you well put together, dressed well.
The last name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Styles. Hey. So, you're looking for endorsements.
I always.
Are you at all?
Yeah,
you good with it? You good?
No.
I think you need to work a little harder on that.
Yeah, a little harder on that, Alan.
Where are the donuts?
Styles.
Yeah.
I'm in. Maybe you'd be perfect. Be a local place.
Yep.
Want to start a subscription service, and they go to you, and not only do you get the clothes and wear them, but then do a little video each week on how you put your outfit together.
Yeah. He's on YouTube every day.
He is
showing off the
That's right.
goods.
Styles Files.
Yeah. That's right. And I have a segment that I'm not premiering yet, but very soon. In style, out of style.
Oh,
there you go. Sponsored by your
Exactly.
company here.
What about Style Espresso?
Well, that's when I'm ticked off.
That's when you're mad.
Mm-hmm. That's when I got something to get off my chest.
The Rockets are 1.5-point underdogs tonight.
I don't understand. What's happening?
I don't know.
To Vegas.
But you know that there's a really
okay.
Yeah,
What happened to the city I love?
You know there's a great chance they're right. I just don't know how.
Yeah.
But that's how they are.
I mean, the Kings have to win at some point, right? And I know the Rockets are second in the West. I don't know if they're on a winning streak or.
Yeah, they've won 10 of 12. They're 10
Yeah,
of 2.
so I maybe it's just a numbers game. It's too obvious that the Kings are going to. Whenever something's too obvious, that's what I've learned with the whole, the prop talk thing. Oh, Joe Mixon rushing yards. Stay away. Stay away.
By the way, I just saw this during the break. SZA and Kendrick Lamar have announced a tour.
Saw that.
Have you seen the tour stops?
No.
Well,
Toronto. I know
he's
he's
direct you to June 12th at the Rogers Center in Toronto.
Wow.
It'll be interesting. Because, he hates Canadians or something. I don't know. I'm not caught up on the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a disrespect. Drake did the same thing. He did a show in Philly and had everyone singing back to back. That's where Meek Mill is from, of course. So, hey, everyone gets got.
Yeah, everyone gets got.
Drake's getting got.
He's getting got. Still the top streaming rapper for all 12 months. Or
Drake?
11 months of 2024.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because how is he the top streaming rapper with, I guess, total catalog, I guess.
I find the lawsuit thing fascinating because I've found that I'm huge on music and curating playlists, specifically on Spotify.
Yeah.
So it's funny to me. I love when they do the Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
And I've always felt like there's always been one Drake song that has snuck onto my Spotify Wrapped that I know I did not listen to enough to be on my top, whatever it is, 40 listened to songs. So it's funny that Drake is now pot calling the kettle because he's saying that Kendrick is doing it. I will say this, if Kendrick's songs makes it onto Wrapped, I think it will be interesting because normally this is a little late because Wrapped is about to come out.
And not to get too deep in the woods here, if you're not into all this, but have you done the Spotify thing?
I tried to do the Siri thing and it didn't work.
Hey, Siri.
A Drake song played when I did it.
Hey, Siri. Play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify. Which, of course, is a Drake song. Hey. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify.
You know they probably fixed it already, right? Because I tried it a couple weeks ago.
Siri?
I see dead people.
That's weird.
I mean,
mine didn't do that.
Because did you say by Drake? Because if you say by Drake, it'll go to the Drake song.
Oh, yeah.
But if you just say play Certified Lover Boy, which is a lyric,
right,
and Not Like Us, it does go to Not Like Us.
You can sue them, but where's your street cred?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right? Okay. Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookie. It's fascinating. I'm learning about it all the time. I'm going to sue. I'm suing you.
Remind me to tell you what I was about to say and how terribly that would have went on the air.
I promise you, as soon as the show is over, that will be my first question. Jason Ross, not sure if you're aware. By the way, your thoughts on all of that.
Yep.
Not sure if you're also aware nothing brings family and friends together like Crumble Cookies, which, by the way, maybe.
Where is Crumble Chris?
Yeah, it has been a couple months.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Maybe Crumble Chris.
And he's got some green and some Christmassy cookies.
You know where a Crumble Chris needs to go even more than here?
Huh.
In June, maybe go to Toronto. Maybe Crumble Cookies is what we need to bring everyone together.
It does bring people together.
And heal wounds and what do you say with beefs? Braised beef?
Cook it. Grill it.
But if you want to get rid of a beef.
Yeah.
Eat the beef.
Squash.
Yeah.
Squash the beef, which is a vegetable.
Yeah.
Not a good one.
There's a whole episode on that on Always Sunny.
But I do remember
they literally squash the beef.
That was the thing on like TV dads trying to be cool when beef was a thing. I don't know what type of beef is going on here. Y'all better grill it up and eat it.
I want to see Alan on the Disney Channel now.
Yes.
Celebrity Birthday.
We heard you loud and clear.
Who got
Not
older?
my Dudleys.
Let's see. On this date, December 3rd, in what year did California Love come out?
Oh. 94?
I think you're right. I actually think I'll say 95, but
I think it's 95.
I think you're right.
2 95s and a 94. Yeah. The correct answer is there. It is 95.
Oh, come on.
All right.
Went with my heart.
Happy birthday today to Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh,
Sharon.
Can we just, by the way, just quickly acknowledge Keith Richards and Ozzy Osbourne are still alive?
Yeah.
Like, that's just, they need to study that more. I want to say he's probably, 76?
78.
77.
We have a correct answer. Carmichael Dave.
What?
He's got 2 in a row.
Off the rails on a crazy train.
Happy birthday today to Tiffany Haddish.
She's great in The Oath.
Could have had Amber Thiessen. Or
Tiffany.
I think we're alone now.
Tiffany. Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish. Well, you know what? Why don't you? I've been going first the whole time. Alan, go ahead.
She's older than.
Why'd you ask Alan first?
Or either of you.
I think she's older than you think. I'm gonna say she is 51.
47.
49.
Christopher Lotta's close is 45.
Sorry, Tiffany. Streak's over.
Happy birthday, Brett. No, read it right. Brendan Fraser. Does it say Brett Favre?
The Scout.
Tarzan.
A whale.
Seen him.
Oh.
What's that one where he's with
Son-in-law.
the devil?
Bedazzled?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Brendan Fraser is 53.
Monkey Bone.
Whale.
Whale.
53, you said?
Have you seen The Whale?
No.
Is he in The Mummy, too?
Yeah, he's in The Mummy.
He's in The Mummy. He's also in The Mummy, too, like you said.
He is in The Mummy, too. And then the sequel, the third one, The Daddy.
I'm going to say 51.
He is 55.
Christopher Lotta's closer, 56.
Wow, he's old.
School Ties.
Oh, yeah. Good
School
movie.
Ties, great movie.
Happy birthday, Montel Jordan.
Montel Jordan, not Williams.
No, this is how we do it.
This is how
we do.
Dorm mate with
Doug
Christie.
Hey, is School Ties the one with that Martika Toy Soldier song, the one with Will Wheaton? That's not School Ties, right?
What?
I don't know. I didn't understand one.
I did not understand a single word you said.
Right, Michael Rappaport, Will Wheaton. I think Will Wheaton gets shot and killed. It's a school
that is
with the Toy Soldiers Martika.
No, that's a different
song.
movie.
Okay. Who was it? Who'd you ask about? You asked
Montel Jordan.
Oh yeah. Montel Jordan is 61.
Nobody does it at your karaoke.
You think Doug Christie is that old?
You said 61.
Oh God, that's right. What a hint. Oh, I'm okay. I'm
52.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 53.
Christopher Lotta's closest, 56. Yeah. Last one. Happy birthday to Julianne Moore. Let's see.
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
Oh, Natural Born Killers.
Lost World. 9 months.
Fatal Attraction.
Hannibal.
Yeah. Gladiator. Few Good Men.
Just naming
movies. Julianne Moore is 66.
69.
What the hell? 64.
We have a correct answer. Christopher Lotta, 64. Julianne.
Thought so. I was going to say 64.
Terrible day for me.
All right. What's going on today?
Well,
give the man a cookie.
Michael Scotto was talking about, I don't know if we're calling it the new Toyota Corolla package with De'Aaron Fox not De'Aaron Fox, with Kevin Huerter and Trey Lyles. But as far as De'Aaron Fox is concerned, Matt Moore wrote a piece about the growing interest in De'Aaron Fox. And I think really the question becomes, does it feel like De'Aaron Fox has gotten enough help?
When you talk to Michael Scotto, tell him he's got a new charity he's been doing that I really am behind, and we should raise money for. It's called Scotto's Tatos, where he sends kids to school. That's a deep cut. Anyone?
Yes,
anyone?
I got it.
Thank you. For Matt Barrows, it's an Office reference.
I got you.
For Matt Barrows, for Sean Salisbury, for the microphones, for our engineers, for Jason Ross, for Christopher Ladd. We'll see you tomorrow. Please light the beam. Bye-bye now.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.